Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Boog.
Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
We're officially back at it.
That's crispy.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This is episode 113, I believe. Am I correct on that? Yes, we can't hear you, P.
Yep, correct. Good. It's my bad.
I'm your host.
I was muted
Boog
too.
Nice.
Sorry.
P is here. The Colonel, Rick, we chilling 2 weeks in a row. First time we did that in like a year.
Feels great.
Yeah, feeling good. Everybody's good. Everybody can see. All right, we good. We jumping right into topics this week. First and foremost, we are actually going to be, I guess, opening up the super chat. Is it or the donation button link? Something
donation through Streamlabs in the link in the description.
Okay, so any donations that come into this into the podcast on this episode are going to go to the wife of one of our community members, Jesse Torres, aka Jester88 at Jester88 on Instagram, and we are going to forward all donations to his wife, who is having a battle with cancer right now. So we're looking for anybody who donates directly through our link here. We will forward all proceeds to him and his family, or you can just go directly to the GoFundMe, which will be linked in the description, and you can donate directly on your own. But obviously, if you donate through the podcast right now, we will acknowledge it live and thank you and all of that good stuff. So if you feel it in your heart, please do that. Jesse's a longtime community member and a dope A.C.B.A artist too. So, all right. Cool.
Incredible.
So what we starting with?
So first on the docket is the Army Builder wave suggestions. So yeah, take that away, bud.
Oh, okay. So 2 weeks ago, I got to sit down with Dwight Stahl, Ryan Ting, and Dan Yoon of Hasbro, the Hasbro brand team. And I got to interview them for what would have been New York Comic Con, basically. And we got to talking, and one thing that came up was me bringing up the idea of an all Army Builder wave. Basically, every single character or single carded character in the wave would be a potential Army Builder, as would the Builder figure. And I've pitched this to them like 4 times probably, but Dwight seemed the most receptive this time, and he said, "You know what? I'm going to issue a challenge to the community and anybody who, pitch us your ideas for your all Army Builder wave." So I put up a video on my YouTube and asked for anybody who commented to comment with their full list, and that's what they did. Somebody's eating a candy or something. What's going on over there? And that's what people did. And so yeah, we just wanted to talk about that, and I guess there'll be a link in this video to that video, so you guys can keep putting your suggestions out there. And these guys are checking for the stuff. They're looking at everybody's social media, like any influencers with some influence. They're looking at this stuff, and they're always looking for ideas. And I do think this is something that could probably happen through maybe Hasbro Pulse. I don't know if it would be a regular wave that could appear on shelves. I don't know the practicality of that, if that's possible or not, but I do think it's definitely something that could happen through Hasbro Pulse, and I do think that it would be a huge moneymaker, considering what they did recently with dropping the price of Army Builders for $14.99 and putting them on the site. They do know that people are looking to really build up their armies. So yeah, talking about that, they just released the what is that? What goon is that? What did I say? Oh, the Hellfire Club.
Hellfire Club.
Yeah.
Click into
so
the stream on
that. Oh yeah, my bad.
Come on, Bug.
Yeah, because I'm following right along what you're saying here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. So yeah, they just started shipping out everybody's Hellfire Club guards. This is X-Manny87's Instagram right here. So you see a lot of people jumped out the gate and got 10 off the bat. So that's basically the price of a wave right there. in the future, if this whole army builder wave thing comes to fruition, it'd be a good way to get several army builders at once for the price of a regular wave. But this right here is actually my suggestions for what I would like to see in an all army builder wave. I got the Doombots, which would be cool because it could be it wouldn't have to necessarily be an exact replica of Dr. Doom. They could switch it up a little bit and do like the robotic versions that you see here, and then maybe just pack in a head for like a robotic head that you got with the old Toy Biz Doctor Doom for your regular Doctor Doom. So that would be cool. And then I also wanted to get some Moloids. I do think that they're going to do a new Mole Man at some point because I'm feeling like they'll use that buck that they use for Doc Ock. So I do think we'll get a Mole Man. And if we do, then we could definitely get some Moloids. And if they are small enough, you might be able to get 2 in one pack along with the Build-A-Figure part. So that would be cool. And
that
then,
would even be dope if Mole Man was like a deluxe figure, like Apocalypse or like the Venom figures, but it came packed in with 2 Moloids.
Yeah, or that could work too.
Or even more.
Or maybe even some type of other like moly looking character that you could still army build. But yeah, they've done that recently with the deluxe Apocalypse that they dropped alongside of the AOA wave. So it's definitely possible that they could drop some additional deluxe figures alongside a wave like this. And then Skrull Soldiers, we got the Super Skrull Build-A-Figure, which is pretty large. We would just need something more, I don't know, maybe just a little larger than the buck that they use in the Bucky Cap mold, basically. But just some soldiers that we could use to get beat up, like you see here. And maybe a couple different facial expressions or head sculpts with those would be cool. And then what else did I have? I don't know. What else I got, Fabio? I forgot.
Sorry, I went the wrong way. You had the Brood.
The Brood. So we did get a Brood Build-A-Figure from Hasbro some years back, which is still decent. It's okay. But if we got some smaller, sort of like Brood soldiers, like the ones that were packed in with the Skrull Soldier from Marvel Select, like about that size, I think that would be perfect. You could fit one of those in the package and still fit a Build-A-Figure part. What else did I have?
Jesus, God. There's too many arrows on Instagram. It's not built for the PC.
The Purifiers. So these are longtime X-Men villains here. I think the last thing they appeared in was the lead up to Second Coming, and these are like some religious zealots that basically want to rid the world of mutants and primary X-Men foes. So yeah, I don't know how
these are pretty low key. These are pretty low key because they're really tied into the X-Men universe and with William Stryker, who's like a reverend in the comics. So these are like his goons basically. So it'd be a really cool way to get like a William Stryker as well. That's like comic accurate, but then have his goons as well.
And he was part of that whole story arc too, I believe. But I don't know what the ramifications would be with something like this, with this big cross on their chest, and if that's something they would be able to do in figure form, or if it'd be like some Moms Against Marvel Legends group. That's
a hashtag waiting to happen.
My children.
Good old mammal.
Basically, mammal. So yeah, I don't know how practical that would be, but Kree soldiers for sure, and maybe alongside this wave they could drop a deluxe Ronan the Accuser. We could get a new Ronan. That would be cool. But yeah, the Kree soldiers could just basically be a redeco of the classic Captain Marvel that we got in the Kree Sentry Build-A-Figure wave. Basically, they can make the soldiers just like this with that buck. It would be perfect, actually.
That's what Toy Biz did, yeah.
Yeah. So the old Hasbro ones that we got are way too small, and those bucks are just garbage. But all they have to do is reuse.
That old Silver Surfer buck sucks.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, it was originally an old guy, but by the time it got to the end of its life cycle, it just was wonky looking.
Yeah, terrible. That whole pelvic area, the way those ball joints were on the pelvis
Mhm.
was just terrible. But we already got updated shield soldiers, male shield soldiers. So if we were to get females, that'd be great. Maybe they could do a couple of interchangeable different looks for the females. But I was also saying that maybe they could pack in another male head and it be a black or brown face that you could swap onto your already existing shield soldiers. I do feel like at some point they're going to reissue the shield soldier in the same way that they just did the Hellfire goons and all of that stuff. So that'd be
Mhm.
cool. And yeah, you'll be able to add to the ranks of your shield army.
Yeah,
And
it would really continue the trend of all the Hasbro Pulse exclusive like army builders only being Bucky Cat molds.
true, very true.
So yeah, and I think it's a great way to get the Shield Agent back out there because like a lot of people missed out on that, and it was part of a wave. So a bunch of people bought that and ended up with a bunch of like what was the build a figure for that? But they ended up with the extra parts for that floating around.
Wasn't it the Mandroid?
I think it was Mandroid.
So.
Yeah.
You sure? Nah.
I think it was. It had the movie. It was like 3 movie figures and then 3 comic figures, and one of them was the Red Skull as well.
You might be right. I don't know. I'm gonna look that up. But yeah, but,
female would be good. I would like 2-packs again. Like if they're gonna put the female on a new bug, it'd be nice to actually have it in like a 2-pack with a male as well. If they want to, if they don't do it on Hasbro.
You guys are wrong. It was the MCU Giant Man Builder figure wave. It was the Nick Fury figure that was the helmeted shield agent. Actually,
that's right.
You know why we couldn't remember?
So you know what?
It was such an forgettable build-a-figure.
Yeah, I was thinking of the Winter Soldier wave, not the Civil War wave. But thank you. Yeah, thank you. Wrestling Hound.
But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I totally forgot that the regular agent was fully helmeted. So you really actually don't need a brown or whatever face.
Yeah,
I guess they could just put a helmet on a female too.
Everyone put the movie Black Panther that didn't look anything like Chadwick Boseman, that first one they put out. Everybody put that on their Shield agent.
Barbecue T'Challa.
Yep.
Cookout T'Challa.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe a Dum Dugan head would be nice to reissue. They did that back in the day. If they're gonna get
for sure. I had popped the old Dum Dugan head on the new body. It was like a real tight fit, but it still kind of worked. It was okay.
Yeah, because that old Shield Agent body, from the first Hasbro, Marvel 2-packs was, I think, on the Face Off Punisher body. So it had really weird proportions and everything, and then, this head was really small notoriously, and it wouldn't really fit on the Bucky Cat mold quite as well. And I don't think we've had a Shield Agent specifically since then. If you don't count Maria Hill from the movie and all that stuff.
I think that was the last one, or was it one more?
Yeah, there's one more.
Oh, I recommended this, but I saw a lot of other recommendations that were better than this. But these guys were during the Invincible Iron Man run, at some point when Iron Man first, I guess, started tapping into the extremist technology, he was the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. at that time, and he had like a squad or a unit that was fitted with some extremist technology as well. And so I figured to kind of anchor the wave, you could have some sort of like Iron Man-esque character, and to have these shield soldiers fitted with the extremist armor would be good. And then maybe you could pack in some additional Tony Stark head or something, or it'd be a new way to get out a new extremist Iron Man. Maybe they could do that as like a Walgreens exclusive or something, because that's been a trend, right? We had Iron Man as a Walgreens exclusive?
We had the Doom one, right?
Silver Centurion. We had.
That's true.
Oh yeah, the 2020 Iron Man too, right?
2020.
Sure,
We
yeah.
had
and the Doom one. It's Victor Von Doom in the Iron Man suit. Yeah, that one too.
and then
I saw
Target
that
had
so much, and I still don't have that figure. I passed up on it so many times on the show.
Target has that Gamerverse, the Snow White version.
Yes. So yeah, but there are definitely other options that I think that I've seen that have been better than the Iron Man thing here. But I don't know if you guys can think of.
Solid.
Yeah, I have my own wave breakdown except for a bat.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into Boog's Bath, and then we can go through the chat and get some of their suggestions.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, I just felt like, they had the whole Sentinel lineage of the Sentinel going with the Sentinel Backer project. We're going to get the big Sentinel. We're going to get a Bastion. We've already got Nimrod. So I figured, it'd be a good way to do the Nimrod Sentinels, which came in abundance during the end of that Second Coming storyline. These were like coming through a portal. The X-Men were like stuck on, I think they were on Utopia, and it was like a impenetrable bubble around Utopia, and then Bastion had opened a portal inside of the bubble, and then these things were just pouring out, and the X-Men were just basically trying to fight them off and not doing a good job. And the Avengers were outside the bubble trying to get in, they couldn't get in, and yeah, it was a good story. So yeah, these things would be a great Build-A-Figure, and like I said, in tune with what they've been giving us with the Sentinel. So that's my suggestions, but again, trying to get as many people as possible to comment on that video and to like it and get the visibility high. And again, the link will be in the description below. But yeah, I'd like to hear from some of the people in the chat for sure.
Yeah, and people, and in that Hasbro interview, they also said like we want people to tag us in these suggested waves. So if you have
No
like
doubt.
your own wave breakdown like Boog does here, like post it on Instagram and tag I think Hasbro Toy Pick, and
Yeah,
That's-
Hasbro Toy Pick. Yep. Or you
that's the
can
hashtag they
do
look
both. Hasbro Toy Pick, and you can also tag, I guess, Ryan or Hasbro Pulse or whatever. Yeah, do as much as you can. But yeah, if you have your suggestions and you want to put them up online and tag Hasbro directly, then yeah, that'd be great.
And speaking of suggestions, we got Cap Lives. He's coming in with the Sword Agents and the Hammer Agents.
Yeah. Sword would be good. Sword is basically the what am I saying? It's like Shield for space, basically. The space-based Shield initiative, basically. Sword.
And we're getting that in the MCU pretty soon, so it would make sense to tie it in.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, he said Sword and what else?
Hammer Agents, yep.
Yeah, Hammer Agents would be good too, because they could just modify the Shield kind of costume a little bit, change up the deco, the color and stuff like that. But Hammer was Norman Osborn's sort of Shield unit when he took over the Avengers and the Dark Avengers were running.
Yeah, all the Dark Reign and all that stuff. So that'd be nice, because they could, even if they don't do like a full army builder wave, but start like incorporating army builders like more into the themed waves, kind of like they're doing with the Hand Ninja. I would like to see them revisiting, Dark Avengers and all that stuff. A new Iron Patriot, and then in there we also get some Hammer Agents, kind of like they did with the Civil War wave.
Yep.
Especially if we're gonna get it in the MCU too, like if it's part of the next, I don't know, Spider-Man wave, the Spider-Man movie, and it just happens to be because there's Sword presence in that movie, but they can do a comic version for the wave.
But one of the suggestions that you made makes the wave doable for being in store. When you said that Iron Man one, the Iron Legion, that's smart, because you can just market it as, look at the anchor, is 2 per box Iron Man. That's usually the problem. That's usually the problem with these kind of army builder types of waves when you think about marketing it to people. All of these companies, it doesn't matter whether it's Entertainment Earth or Amazon, they want an anchor type of character. So that Iron Legion would be really smart, because you could just say it's fucking Iron Man and they're gonna believe you. So
yeah, Grandma's gonna pick it up for her her grandson.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be I got you Iron Man for Christmas. Like, Mom, this is a, what do you call him? An extremist armored shield agent. It's completely different.
Schooling grandma, no doubt.
Another good character would be fucking Multiple Man. Multiple Man goes for so much money right now. It's absurd. He would be good.
Does he really?
Would be good. Yeah, man, he goes for like 70 and up right now.
What?
Yeah, Nelson Morales in the chat called that out. Jamie Madrox's detective look all day, he says. Which
man.
Yeah, no doubt.
It goes for stupid money.
That run from Peter David on X-Men, on X Factor Investigations, that is like one of the most clever, like funny, like fun X books in like the past, like whatever, 10, 15 years or whatever. It was very, very good. That whole team, if they did that whole sort of modern looking team and re-decoed Strong Guy and gave us Richter and Wolfsbane and all of that. But that look for Multiple Man is one of his best for sure.
Yeah, I could see that. And I think this coming year, 2021, is going to be like a particularly X-Men heavy year. So anything that they can like incorporate into X-Men waves that like works as army builders would be really awesome.
Yeah, somebody was telling me recently too that I forget who I was talking to, but I think I was talking to John. He was saying how it was an embargo on X-Men characters for quite some time. Where we didn't get X-Men characters for a minute for Legends.
Yeah.
And then when that Juggernaut wave dropped, then they just started going nuts with the X-Men.
Yeah, I mean Deadpool too. That helped. The Deadpool movies, kind of getting that like that X-Men name back out there with that official X-Men movies being there, so they could like sneak in more. And you can always just get so much Deadpool stuff. But yeah,
I'm gonna drop something in the chat that has nothing to do with nothing, and it's safe for work. But I just gotta.
You do want me to click it, right? Let's be clear about that. Okay. All right.
It would be good to do Magia thugs too, and you could put so many head sculpts in it if you did that.
Tell me what the deal is with those guys. Who's going to know are those?
They're like like the how Gotham and the Batman universe has the Falcones, and those mob families. Magia is like one of the mob families in the Marvel universe. And like when I'm thinking of army builders, I don't know if anyone remembers, but like when we first started doing this podcast, I used to play this game called Marvel Heroes that was basically Diablo but with like Marvel characters. So you just go around endlessly beating up thugs, and it's just goons, before you fight the big bosses and everything. And among those is the Magia, it's the Purifiers, it's a lot of the stuff that you're mentioning here in terms of army builders. It's just like the generic people. So yeah, Magia is definitely up there. It'd be great to like have in scenes. You know how you put suited goons in scenes with Kingpin? It's just a particular name for those goons.
Wow, actually, I just looked it up too. There's like 6 families in New York, and one of them is headed by Silvermane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it would just be good because, like, even if you wanted, that's another way to anchor a wave. You could put Tony Stark's head on the suited body, but have like 3 different head sculpts where it's just thugs. It's just an easy market tool that way. When it's
yes, I saw a lot of suggestions for just like goons, just generic like street thugs and street goons and stuff like that too. I don't know how Hasbro could really market that. I don't know how they. I mean, I guess this type of wave would be the best way for them to do that, but I find that a little far fetched, unfortunately, because I would love that too. But I don't know how they could just do a generic goon. I don't know how that would play out.
Yeah, it would have to be kind of the way they did a Chameleon, where it's a suited guy, but you could also do J. Jonah Jameson and Hammer.
Exactly, just like I said. So in the box, you could have it with Tony Stark's head sculpt. And then in the box have like 3 different goons head sculpts to swap on, because it's just not going to work to be like, oh, this guy has no name, he's just a fucking dude.
Unless all the stuff that we're mentioning, like these individual figures that could be part of this wave, could also all work as good like Hasbro Pulse $14.99 at Army Builders. So if they want to get that chameleon body back out there, in a straight up like black suit, white shirt, something a little more generic, that makes it more different as well. That would be a good
my understanding was that the Magia guys were a little bigger. I think I saw people asking for a new sculpt for a suited body for those guys. So
that'd be dope too, actually. Yeah, I'd be into that. Is getting a.
I guess it all depends, because like I said, Magia is just mafia, so it's like there's 5 families, just like in fucking real life, the 5 families.
Gotcha.
One of them is headed by Madame Mask, Fucking
we shifted now. Now we a crime podcast.
Yeah. Hey, but one of the things I think that we haven't seen from Marvel Legends, but it's kind of overdue, is MCU army builders. Like we don't really have, like any of the what are they called? His army from Avengers 1, Chitauri.
Yeah, Cap
Chitauri.
lives.
You know what? I
Cap
did
lives
actually
put that
bring
in the
that up. Yeah, I did bring that up one time. Not in this past interview, but I did bring that up in the one before it, I believe. But yeah, the Chitauri and the like four-armed dog things from
typical four-armed dog thing.
I think they're called like Outriders or something like that.
Yeah, the Outriders, exactly.
That would be cool. And then the Iron Legion, people have been suggesting in the chat. Just stuff that we've actually seen in the MCU and could work, conceivably in your displays. Like I guess kind of you could do the shield agents, but not really. Yeah, that would be cool to see.
Yeah, if you do the shield agents, you're gonna have to do that. That it comes with a Nick Fury's head sculpt in the package, but it comes with different.
Yeah, honestly, that's the way it's gonna have to be for most of these. Like even the Purifiers, like you get William Stryker and then 2 swappable heads for different versions of Purifiers.
It's just the best way for business, you know. At the end of the day,
it's what's best for business.
But yeah, so all of this ties into the fact that they also just dropped the. I think I said that already, but that they just dropped the Hellfire Club guards, and so yeah, everybody's getting their guards, and everybody's also getting their Hellfire Club box set. If you were one of the first people to pre-order it, basically. So I've been seeing some really nice pictures. 1/6 shooter took some nice stuff. A lot of people actually got sets directly from Hasbro to promote the set as well. So some of the first people that had it were on like a sponsored paid campaign or something like that to promote the set. So 1/6 shooter, I think X-Manny, I think maybe Blacks. No, I guess Black Series only shoots Black Series stuff. I don't know. But yeah, some of those like well-known top people that we always see on Instagram doing their thing. And I saw a lot of really, really nice pictures, especially from Trevor from 1/6 shooter. So yeah, everybody's getting their stuff. I got my set. I should be picking it up tomorrow, but there's already been reviews out there. I think Elvis reviewed it. I think maybe Shardamus might have reviewed the set already too.
Yeah,
and maybe Unparalleled Universe.
They make great Hamilton figures.
Oh, there we go. Exactly. Now we're really talking.
Superhero Hamilton.
Yeah, but
yeah, that was pretty much it from Marvel Legends, I think. We talked about Black Cat last week, right? Nothing else new that they showed, right?
Yeah, nothing really. We can move into Mezco Con, which just wrapped up yesterday.
Okay. So that's your section, Fabio. Take it away.
Yeah, in a rare revisit, a week after we actually mentioned something. Yeah, if you made it through the last episode, you saw we talked about how Mezco Con was coming up that weekend, and now that has concluded. It was like a 2.5-day thing. There was like a preview night on Thursday, but it was officially just Friday and Saturday of just like activities and reveals. And there wasn't really like a lot. Like honestly, it's kind of tough. I think Hasbro honestly set the bar pretty high in terms of like what these virtual cons could be. Because, they had like a whole multimedia, interactive setup and everything. Mezco is just like, double the amount of social media posts as usual and a couple of more, contests to enter outside of like the regular Mezco Mondays and stuff. So you had like a crossword.
Is the McFarlane does the exact same thing that you just said. They just like up the post count and give a contest and like, oh.
Yeah, we're gonna get to McFarlane, but it was literally the exact same thing. So like the preview night wasn't really much of a preview night at all, other than like they dropped the exclusive, which was I will admit I was wrong. Everybody, like the Crimson Dragon Gomez that I have a review of on my channel exclusively, you can watch right now, was not.
It's so good.
What a fucking plug!
It's so good.
You can watch it right now. It's exclusively on my channel. Nobody else has it.
And it's so exclusive, in fact, that it wasn't even the Comic-Con, the MezcoCon fall exclusive. It remains an unreleased figure that people actually, I think 4 more winners were announced, presumably of the same figure. But instead, the exclusive was this bodega box, which they had a whole, ad for. I think you guys should be seeing this on the stream right now.
Look, that bodega almost looks exactly like my bodega diorama from Chris.
Yeah, look, as a New Yorker, like how faithful is this to the New York vibe?
Well, Mezco definitely keeps it very New York.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's the typical thing you get from Mezco and their exclusives. It's a bundle box with like a 112 figure exclusive to it, and then a bunch of like swag. So
it looks like they're giving what's the name a run for their money. Extreme Sets and all of those people that do like those pop-up dioramas and stuff.
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure. I mean, they've definitely realized that people like not only keep the Mezco boxes, but like people will just keep the box in general if it looks like a dio. I mean, X-Manny did, I think, the same thing with his. I mean, he actually built a dio, but you could use the backdrop of the Marvel Legends set
Yeah,
as the backdrop.
I've seen a few people do that. Yeah, I've seen a few
So
people do that.
so this is
that's cool.
I think this is Mezco's real first foray into that. So that's cool. And if you watch the commercial as well for the Hazard Squad Gomez, it's got this real like vintagey vibe to it. Looks like, at least to me, it looks like the Mego Star Trek stuff. So you get a lot of the the fold out elements, and it's like a play set, but it also contains the figures. It's cool. Mezco does a really good job with like their homages to things. So this Hazard Squad Gomez was the exclusive in that bodega box, and it's basically like a G.I. Joe style Gomez.
Was that their big King Kong that they just painted a different color right there?
Yeah, put a big eyeball on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man.
And,
yeah, go ahead. What was you gonna say?
It's just the whole vibe of it is just cool. So if you remember Hazard Squad Gomez, we got it as like a little 5 points, retro figure. So this is cool to get it in the 112 style finally. Yeah, what were you gonna say, Boog?
No, I was saying that I was gonna ask which one of you guys pre-ordered this. Fabio, I know you did. They got me at the last moment for it, but I was gonna say that this looks like they could reuse this for like some sort of agent, some other type of agent. I think of a classic Nick Fury or something.
For sure.
when I see this here.
And that's, we've talked about this before, but a lot of the Mezco like exclusives, like the Gomez stuff specifically, is like a lot of reuse parts. Like you get a lot of that right here. These are all literally every gun you see here, the crate, the grenades, everything you see here is reuse from other Mezco figures. But like,
what's the
honestly,
crate
I don't
from?
see the problem. What's the problem? Like, this is what a toy company does.
I think the only thing that I see there that looks new to me, maybe because I just didn't get the figure that came with it, was that little sword. Have we got that before too?
This is coming with KG Beast.
Okay.
Or technically, it's coming with this, and then later we'll get it with KG Beast as well.
With KG Beast, okay, yeah. I see.
This is
Cable's gun.
Cable. This is Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
This is John Wick. These two are Cable's gun. This is John Wick's crate. This is the grappling hook from Golden Dragon. Like, cool, but it's they dress it up in this way to give you a little more story, and of course you get the figure box that opens into this Hazard Squad command center. With interchangeable like screens and stuff like that. But what we really want is, of course, the Mezco 112 collective figure.
Show me those accessories. Yeah, that screenshot again. Where's the pigeons on here?
It's on the next page. But even this, okay, so the stuff that's new here, everything
all
here,
we want is pigeons.
right? Everything here is kind of new. Even the boots on this Gomez are new. I thought they were going to reuse the boots from like Red Skull. But even these boots are new. Everything on Gomez is new except, of course, the hands. The head is new. All these accessories are new. The only thing that's reused here is this knife and the grenades from other Gomez's. All the other stuff is new. And then the new interchangeable head. You get two new expressions on this Gomez, plus like the classic normal expression. And one of those heads also lights up. Yeah, the pigeon.
He's got fucking perfect teeth under
there. Yeah, he's got the jaws, but he's also got teeth. Like, what the heck?
They call those mandibles?
So yeah, exactly.
You're right. He's got us back to science class, Rick. Thank you.
This is Sonic before they fixed up the CGI.
Wow.
And then
those
the
fucking
pigeon,
Sonic teeth, man.
The pigeon's cool because like if you have the original like Agent Gomez comic, like the pigeon is all over that comic. This has been a part of Mezco media since like Jump. So finally we got it. You get stickers, you get the stand, you get the command center. It's dope. It's another themed Gomez. The eyes light up on this, and funny enough, it's cheaper than all the other sets. It's only $150. Everybody.
Only
$150.
Get it while it's cheap.
Damn well nobody don't want all this extra shit.
No, they're doing you a favor.
Don't get me wrong. It is cool for some like a backdrop of a backdrop for this, because sometimes these pop-up sort of sets end up looking real shiny and hard to shoot under certain light. But yeah, Mezco's pushing a lot of their swag with these things, man. Come on, just give us the DC and Marvel characters already, man. But I did order it. I ordered it for the pigeons mostly.
Incredible.
Somebody
Hey.
out there who ordered this that doesn't want their pigeons, hit me up.
Yo, just pop a different head on there, and that's your Nick Fury, bro. Done.
Man,
Yeah, no doubt.
just send your pigeons to Dave Castle.
In fact, I have a Nick
True,
Fury head
true.
that you can pop on this. Don't I got you?
Who was that? Who was that figure that came with the pigeon before that? Dave Castle casted. Was it Claude from Heroes?
I think so.
It was somebody from Heroes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Let's go
I think
Heroes.
it was the Claude character.
Maybe this is
So,
that
yeah,
pigeon. That'd be so funny.
Could you
Nah, it's
imagine?
definitely not.
But okay, so that was the exclusive like drop. Everybody was kind of like waiting for like more exclusives, but this was like technically the only exclusive that they offered for the the duration of their convention. But they had a couple of other reveals. The only ones really, I mean, we had of course like living dead dolls and like mega scales and all that stuff. But what we really care about is 112. So they had Leatherface.
Oh, I didn't even see this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've literally never seen this posted anywhere but here.
Well, let me get your hot take, your live reaction. Pretty dope, huh?
Oh man, I wish they'd do more horror stuff. This is dope. Like I like this part of what they're
I
doing.
do
No
feel
offense
like the
to-
horror thing is right up their alley, but NECA has been doing it so well for so long and so much cheaper that it's going to be.
Mhm.
Well, actually, you know what? Let me not even say that. It's not difficult for them to compete because Mezco collectors will buy anything that Mezco puts out. So
Yeah, I was just gonna
So-
say, it's like we've switched places. I pretty much buy like almost everything that NECA makes right now. And one thing that they just don't succeed in is those clothed figures, man.
absolutely.
I'll argue with Fabio in the past. I'll argue with Fabio now. Those clothed figures, they suck. They're
Yeah.
not good. They're
But
garbage.
those are specifically meant to look like the retro figures,
Yeah.
They're like 100% like for like it's weird because like there's toy collectors, right? And then there's horror collectors, and horror collectors will buy anything that is Leatherface. So they'll buy the Mego, like the actual from the company Mego. They will buy the NECA Mego style figure. They will buy this just because it's Leatherface. Boog, you're muted.
So I like that they're
yeah,
doing
no, I
it
was
in
talking to
cloth.
somebody else. Sorry.
Yeah, I like that they're doing it in cloth, man, because to me it's even though NECA is doing them, they're filling a much more needed void. Like, I mean, the fact that they made unrelated, but the fact that they made a Golden Girls with a fucking male body underneath it is absolutely inexcusable.
Nuts.
And just goes to
Nuts.
show how they're not where they should be on those cloth figures.
The disrespect.
And it's
I'm assuming that this is going to be a new body mold for Mezco here.
It
Have we
kinda
ever
looks
got
like
a sort of like chubby kind of buck like this? No, right?
It definitely seems like like the sculpting on the arms and all that stuff is new. I wouldn't be surprised if it is a new body because it does look like a little more stocky and like the shoulders in particular. He's got more like a hunch. Could be the Jason body.
Poncho, that's looking real Bill Dotrieve, man.
It truly is. That's what I'm thinking exactly.
Wow. You're blowing my mind, Frank.
Yeah.
But honestly, this is really
looks very good.
Actually,
I can't
a
lie.
very very like long needed figure because we've had Michael Myers and Jason and Freddy and Pennywise and Ash from Evil Dead and all these for like so long. So to your point, Rick, like Mezco, like their horror stuff can kind of kick ass, but that was kind of the theme of day one in particular is like it was all horror reveals. First it was Halloween 2, then it was Elvira, and then we got Leatherface. And then on day 2,
we are in October, so it was the perfect time for them to start teasing this stuff, right?
Two spook season.
Crispy.
yeah.
Oh
And,
shit.
So wait a minute, hold on, backtrack a little bit. From Mezco so far, we've got a Jason. From which movie was that supposed to be? Or
from part 3, so like the first
Okay.
Jason movie with the hockey mask.
okay, so we got a Jason, we got Michael Myers, we got Freddy,
Mm-hmm.
and we got Pennywise, right? Already?
Yep.
Yeah, so this was the last major do that they needed to do, huh?
Yeah, I mean, horror dudes will go on all day and say, "Well, we need Chucky, we need Ghostface, we
Yeah.
need," and I think it's coming. I mean, that's another thing that they announced actually is they're doing they have the Ghostface license for sure. And by the way, that's different.
Hell yeah.
That's a
He
Scream
looks
like,
so funny, man. That little toy.
yeah, and this is like a plush figure. This is like
Look at him fucking sitting there.
right. This is basically probably the same body mold as like their Chucky dolls and stuff like that. So again, you got to remember, like, there's horror collectors that like just want to buy like a dope Ghostface merchandise piece. So like, that's cool for them. But what
I'd really like to take a look at Mezco's like earnings and like where they actually making money and if they're even actually profitable yet right now.
Dude, I bet the
Like,
Living
look
Dead
that up.
doll makes like more money than 112 Collective.
I wouldn't even be surprised. I wouldn't be
Absolutely.
surprised about that.
Dude,
Yo.
because I've heard stories of people like when Mezco did like the mystery crates. You know, you pay like I don't know $75 or whatever, and you would just get like a blank crate mystery stuff inside. Could be a 112, could be any of their products. People who got one Living Dead dolls and sold them on eBay made like more than double their money.
Mm-hmm.
And
Incredible.
I'm sure
you
you
know,
can say with
Yeah,
112.
I could imagine.
before they were pumping out their like unique line of 112 collectible, I would say that I wouldn't imagine that they would be very profitable. But the fact that they don't have to pay a licensing fee and they're just, you know, that Gomez body is the same for the most part. Like, you know, they must be making money hand over fist with those and the drown person and the all that shit.
Yeah. And there has to be like a mirror universe podcast somewhere where there's someone with the same setup as me, but it's filled with Living Dead dolls, and they're just like, I don't get this 112 business. It's just weird. Who wants to move their figures around?
Focus on the dolls. Come on, Mezco.
Right.
Yeah, real quick.
I don't know, man. To me, this. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Just want to say that we got some donations a second ago.
Nice.
Yeah, Jose donated $20. He said, "Keep pushing through, keep fighting." Hell yeah, appreciated. And then
That's what's up.
pertaining to Mezco, PY Jamagini said, joining y'all blazed as fuck today. Exclusive Gomez, 150 for 150 for Americans, but impossibly expensive for absolutely anybody else. Looking fresh as fuck though. Might be my first Gomez cop. Hell yeah.
That's true. I mean, it's tough for any toy company with exclusives. Doing international shipping is really tough. So yeah, it ends up being more. But yeah, thank you for the donation. That's really dope.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Just a reminder that any donations that come through during this episode are going directly to the fund for our brother Jesse Torres, for his wife Natalie Torres, who is battling cancer right now. So you guys can donate directly to their GoFundMe, or you can donate through the show right now, so we could shout you out on air. Yeah. So what was I going to say? To me, that the Leatherface looks the best out of anything that they've done to horror, to me, from just this upper body shot. To me, I don't know. It looks. I thought the Jason looked a little weird. The sleeves were like real short, and like I don't know, the upper body looked kind of weird. It seemed like he stood kind of funny. Freddy looked a little weird to me. Pennywise was just like, why, when we had like 3 different $20 NECA figures that were dope as hell. And I don't know. This might actually be rivaling
it's definitely
NECAs.
Yeah, it's definitely the most unique looking one for sure. Like in almost every aspect so far, it's like the most unique looking one that they've done.
I think
and it's definitely dirtier than all the other ones we've seen, even in promo images. Like one of the things that people don't like about like Michael Myers and Jason is that they just look too clean, and Leatherface dirty as hell, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
And to your point with Pennywise, that was the problem with the Mezco one, is that it was hitting at the same time that like 2 or 3 other companies were also hitting with Pennywise figures. So it had a lot of competition out there. I don't think NECA's had a Leatherface out since, I don't know, at least 2 or 3 years. They recycle them every now and then. And probably their first Ultimate came out maybe 5 years ago. And they've done a couple versions of it since and like re-releases. But that's not like an evergreen product, like it shows up.
Yeah,
and
they just re-released one last year, but it's just a re-release. It's not
exactly. Yeah, it's not a new release.
I think I picked up the re-release one, mostly for because I just wanted the those classic horror figures from NECA, just one of each basically, and also for the accessories.
The accessories,
it's nice. It's mad nice. Yeah.
If you remember, I did one of my A.C.B.A. World Championship tournament videos was with the Pennywise figure, or with the Leatherface figure, and that was the NECA one, and it was really good. That one actually had some soft elements to it as well, like the apron on him is actually a soft goods kind of thing. So I mean, it's cool to see Mezco do like obviously the whole thing soft goods, but one of the worst things about a lot of Mezco figures is like the way they do their ties. Because it's like a string and then almost like a clip on in front of it. It's not like an actual tie that goes all the way around. So sometimes it can like go up or down like this. It's like a weird, thing. This one kind of looks a little better, like especially in like this shot, you can kind of see it a little more. That it's actually like one piece of string tied together. So hopefully that's like something they've improved on.
Well, I think one of the best things about this figure particularly is he's just a sloppy looking dude, honestly.
Mhm.
So like it kind of plays to the what do you call it? Like I don't know if there's any kind of negativity
The
for doing
aesthetic.
if there's any kind of negativity that 1/12 clothing could have, like if it looks too big on a character, it looks kind of loose or something, it completely is on brand for this guy
Right,
because his
exactly.
shit is
For this
like
guy, yeah.
mad crazy
that's what-
loose.
That's what killed the Freddy Krueger figure because his red sweater had to be fitted, and no, it was looking all sloppy.
Yeah, he looked like
an
someone's
extra
grandma
large
did that thing.
champion. But so this was the first 112 reveal. It wasn't the first like Mezco reveal overall, but it was the first 112. And then the other one, which was
That's
probably
crispy.
arguably even better, is Doctor
Oh
Fate.
man, I gotta buy that. Get the fuck out of here.
Doctor Fate, everybody, come on now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks very good. It looks maybe better than Doctor Strange. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe the only reason I'm saying that, I think we all had talked about how we had issues with our Doctor Strange. There was two issues in particular. One, he was sagging like crazy. His
Yeah,
pants
sure.
kept coming off.
I literally
And
had
the
to
other was-
glue his pants on.
And the other was the cloak came undone, and for some people, like that seam down the front, like just I don't know. It doesn't matter how delicate you try to treat the figure, it just I don't know. It didn't stay together. So hopefully they won't have that same problems with this. Now I'm no big DC guy, so this is an easy pass for me, but I can still recognize that it looks very good.
Very nice. PY Jam and Janie said again, y'all really think Leatherface ain't wearing a clip on? Incredible.
I like that.
True,
All right.
true.
Fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah,
So,
this
I
this
mean,
Dr. Fate looks tight. I like it.
It's dope, man. I mean, I've loved
That's crispy.
Mezco going back and doing like more random kind of DC characters. So like this is kind of the beginning of like a Justice Society of America kind of thing.
Mhm.
I'm a fan
Dr.
of
Fate,
right.
he's out here throwing out the blood.
I know.
symbol.
Dr. Fresh says Jam and Genie again.
Oh, man.
And to your
Dr.
point,
Fresh.
look, there's definitely a little more TLC on this than the Doctor Strange. I mean, just the way the effects are done. This is very similar to like the astral effect and everything, but just
Mhm.
like a new way to make an effect happen on a Mezco figure is to have this like clip on the hand.
Mhm.
Looks like the helmet is going to be a light up feature, so that's cool. We got some like cloth elements on the tunic as well. I mean, it's going to be pretty sick, I think.
Dude, he really
Yeah,
fucking
looks like
it'll
it'll photograph nicely. Word
Yeah.
up.
He is in South Central
LA,
right
LA.
now, putting
Okay.
it down.
And this is an interesting point here. They did not do a lot of like the vinyl overlays on
Yeah.
the suit.
Hell
Noticing
yeah.
that.
Mm.
Is that good or bad?
I think in this case in particular, since he has so much extra layers on him, it breaks up just the flow of his suit. So I think like with the Deadpool specifically, we roasted it for looking like pajamas, but I think it was just because it was just a long like featureless piece of fabric, and like even though it had those designs on the side, like on the front it was just a long design that was uninterrupted, but like this just has so much stuff like that. The belt is very like intricate, and it just breaks it up, and and it kind of highlights the whole suit. Like it's almost more impressive that it doesn't have like it's not fucking bedazzled or whatever, so it's pretty tight.
Egyptian bedazzles.
Yeah. Like, you would have expected a bunch of those, little hieroglyphs or something all over the side of the suit and vinyl materials. No, or even just like a texturing, kind of like the Henry Cavill Superman suit, like just like a textured fabric. But no, this is straight up like spandex essentially.
Yeah, it didn't go the way of the Green Lantern figure.
Exactly.
Where it was a lot of that texture trying to break up the suit. And
Or,
it ended up being to the detriment of that figure, at least aesthetically, in my opinion.
And to go with another blue suit, even the X-Men figures like Cyclops.
Yeah, like Cyclops, man. Yeah, he looks like pajamas.
Yeah, Boog. If Cyclops was like this, but instead of the Doctor Strange or the Doctor Fate pieces, it was Cyclops. Would this have been better for you? Just a straight up blue?
Yeah. I mean, they still would have needed to break it up a bit, but I don't know. I just don't like that Cyclops figure. This looks good. This looks good. If there is some bendy wire in that cape, then yeah, this is going to be fire. It's going to photograph really nicely.
Yeah, hopefully it lights up. That's my number one.
Intervened.
Yeah, I don't see them doing. I mean, they definitely do some Photoshop shit on their stuff, but I guess since Darius has been posing their stuff, they don't do a lot of like Photoshoppy stuff. They just kind of rely on the posing, it seems to me. So I don't see that they would Photoshop the eyes if it really wasn't going to be some type of light up feature there. So yeah,
maybe it's just not tooled yet or something, and this is just like very early.
Possibly
that they shipped out for, or not shipped out, but they got them to him for the promo shots, and because like you said, like I don't think that they would like flex something like that if it wasn't going to do it. But then that to me is like, how much is this thing gonna fucking cost? Because like it looks like his eyes and his chest piece like both light up,
and the chest piece, right? Yeah.
And at this point, it looks like Mezco's doing more like these DC characters from like Batman Brave and the Bold, where like every episode he would just team up with a random DC character. And now next up in this episode, it's Dr. Fate. And that's why you only get one Superman, because Superman shows up like once per season. Maybe once per 2 seasons. But a lot of these random dudes like Green Arrow and even like KG Beast as a villain, it's just, I don't know, it's random. But I kind of dig that because it lets you flesh out kind of a different aspect of this universe. And that was really the last 112 reveal. I mean, they didn't, as some people in the chat have also pointed out, it wasn't like this grandiose event. It was literally just a couple of more social media posts, a word search, a selfie contest, a spot the differences.
What was that? Was that like an app that you had to use to make yourself look like Gomez? I saw a lot of that going around. Is that what it was?
It was like a filter you apply on Instagram.
Okay.
And then Public Enema, who we know, KJ Bernard, he won, so that was cool.
Oh, he won? Really?
Yeah, KJ Bernard was one of the winners. And...
that was rigged. That was rigged.
We see you.
It's a rig.
Rigged. Come on, Mezco. You can do
The
better
fix
than
is
that.
in. The fix is in.
We know that KJ is very good friends with Darius. Stop it right now.
It's like when I won that Majin Buu raffle from you like 3 years ago. Rigged.
Rigged.
It's a fix. How does this guy get the boo?
Yeah,
it's just as easy as buying 15 slots. I mean, honestly.
And then the last kind of interesting thing is, they have the Predator license. They're doing a 112 figure, but they also have like a 1/6 scale, like static, statue figures line. So they're doing it's almost like Sideshow's premium format, where they incorporate cloth and leather and mixed media elements into a 1/6 scale statue. They're doing
Predators, basically McFarlane.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool. Like they're pretty, like you said, they're pretty experimental with a lot of their stuff. Like, what if they coated like the Predator body and whatever in like blacklight paint or whatever? So if you had a blacklight, you could get like that heat signature look. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I went a completely different direction, Poncho, because all I was thinking is like, what if they coated it in something that showed up on blacklight? I don't know about that.
Incredible. Yeah. Maybe we have
to code it.
Maybe a Japanese company will take care of that,
huh? And this is I think the second thing they've revealed in this line, because they had a Conan statue that they're also doing from the same thing.
I see a theme.
Where's the wizard who killed my mother?
Hey, when's the Conan 112 figure supposed to come out?
Probably early next year, in the next few months, because that's got to be due soon. I mean, it must be. And then one kind of last thing that was a little interesting and had people talking, certainly, is this was the graphic they threw up for the day 2 recap after it was all over. And if we look right here, you might notice what looks to be a manhole cover, right, in place of O between C and N, spelling Con, as in Mezco Con, Fall 2020. And if you look at the manhole cover, right, there's a Mezco logo, right? You see that? It's the Mezco logo superimposed onto this manhole cover, right? And then if you look just to the right of that, you see a pizza slice underneath the N, underneath the Mezco Con Fall 2020 logo. You see a pizza slice, right?
Incredible.
And if you look really, really closely next to that pizza slice, you'll see that there's some crust, right? And it's just a plain cheese pizza crust. But if you look just a little more left to that, you may notice a green hand with 3 fingers, not unlike the green hands with 3 fingers of one TMNT or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Wow.
So,
World's greatest detective.
I'm
Wow,
just
you
saying.
really broke this one.
That was
down.
great work.
I'm
man.
just saying. I had to enhance this a few times, really put it through, put it through the ringer. But I've come up with what I think to be a pretty accurate assessment of this graphic, and it is that
Hold on a second.
they're
That information that you got from the Reddit post that was taken down, did they mention TMNT stuff on there?
never. The only
No?
new license the new license that they mentioned that was like heavily teased was kind of Harry Potter. Like that was heavily implied to be a new license, but we haven't heard anything about that. And in that thread, we didn't hear anything about TMNT.
Man.
Okay.
Any Harry
So
Potter
how
line
would
is gonna go the way of the SHF. We're just gonna get like the same for.
Yeah. It's a real shame.
how would Mezco Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures look?
They'd use
What
real
would be
turtle
cloth?
skin.
An actual
Hollowed
turtle
out
shell,
shells
and
on
they
the
put an
back.
action figure buck inside of it.
Could you imagine? I mean, this would be like the easiest gimmick for them ever. Just like faux leather knee and elbow pads and like a soft goods
Yeah.
bandana.
Yeah.
Honestly, they could wrap their weapons in like athletic tape or whatever. Be like super.
Soft good bandanas.
Yeah.
That'd be nuts.
Yeah, it would be cool. I mean, I would love it because I'm as someone who doesn't really collect TMNT anymore because there's just too many other companies doing it. If the company that I happen to collect now is going to do TMNT, then fuck yeah, I'm down to get some more TMNT.
Could you imagine?
You are just whoring yourself out.
Hey, if Mezco's gonna do it, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it.
They all go together, like.
Could you imagine like Mezco like throwing down the gauntlet and like coming for NECA and like toting that their 1/12 turtles have soft goods, like because NECA when they did their 1/4 turtles, they had soft goods. When they shrunk it down, it was just all plastic. Like
Right.
they could tote that they are like all the quality of a 1/4 scale in a 1/12 scale or something like that.
That'd be dope. I mean, they're doing the same thing with their Predator. Technically, they're coming for NECA in much the same way. Because
That's true.
NECA's quarter scale Predators all have like real netting and stuff on them. The 6-inch figures, there's all sculpted netting, or the 7-inch figures.
Mhm.
So Mezco's upcoming Predator has actual netting and like a soft loincloth as well.
Yeah, the 1/12 scale, soft goods market is exploding, dude. It's crazy. I was just telling my friends. I was just telling my friends the other week about how I bought a jacket for my Goku and Vegeta, and they were just like, I shared a picture of the Goku. It was the October meme me out photo where I did like the whack meme or whatever.
His hair?
Whack.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
But like my friends were all like, yo, that's a wavy ass jacket. I was like, yeah, thanks, man. It cost me as much as a real one.
Like a real jacket for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Word.
It's right
it
there.
on?
My friends are into fabric
Oh, I was-
right now.
Go up.
Yo, you know what? I was looking at that
Up.
figurized motorcycle that you built too. I was thinking about getting that shit.
It's
How much
pretty
was
tight.
it?
This figurized thing was are you approaching me? I think the figurized bike is like 50 maybe. Let me double check real quick. But that bike is awesome, man. I really like it.
Yeah, it fits perfect scale with MoMA.
Yeah,
They know what they're doing, man, with that figurized vehicle.
Yeah,
They sure
yeah,
do.
no doubt. I haven't passed up on anything that has been able to pair with the SHF DBZ stuff. So I got to get that.
Hell yeah.
Let me look that shit up right now. Actually,
Oh, we're about to have a live cop. Hey, everybody, welcome to the A.C.B.A. show live cop.
live
where we-
cop.
Where we go live on Amazon and purchase things that we just realized are purchasable.
That's it.
What's the name of it? What's the name of it? P?
Just search on Amazon Bulma bike. It's 47.
Okay.
It's great. The build is like I said in my post, it's like super low stress, a lot of hidden parts, so you don't really have to worry about your cuts from the runners being kind of sloppy, because in the end it's like only 4 or 5 pieces that are the outside body, so it's pretty tight, and it transforms too if you want to mess with some stuff.
Oh, I see that. I'm looking at it on our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store.
Wow.
That's it.
Hey, shout out to Big Bad Toy Store for all your Big Bad
You try to send me to Amazon. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was I thinking, man? I was just fibbing. We got Big Bad Toy Store.
This is actually pretty dope. Yeah, I think I might have to cop this. Estimated
nice.
to arrive this month, but you already have it in hand. And this you ordered directly from Japan, then, huh?
Yeah, I got mine overseas. Yeah.
I just got that plug, bro.
But yeah, like, so it's crazy, like the mad off topic. But yeah, like the soft goods market is crazy. I can't even imagine like
Oh yeah, so where'd you get this coat? Was this CJ's coat?
Yeah, that's CJ's. This is actually his like 1.0 coat of this. He sent me an email. I got a Vegeta one too, which came out a little bit later than this. But by the time that the Vegeta one had shipped, he had like improved like the pattern and stuff for the coat. And then he was like, "Hey, I can update it for you at no charge
for another $49.99."
Nah. He was super cool about it. He was like, "Hey, no charge. I'll update it for you." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of in a tough spot right now because I don't want him to look different than my Goku. Just give me the old shit, honestly." But it looks great.
Yeah, it does. I saw it when he first showed them. They look really good.
And to your point about, as you say, the soft goods market is kind of exploding, and that's partly because of Mezco. But unfortunately, there's one big soft goods manufacturer that is shutting down. They 112 shop. I know a couple of you guys.
Good segue for sad subject.
Well, I mean, we'll briefly touch on it here just because it is relevant to what Pancho was saying. But for anyone who doesn't know, 112 shop was a big 112 scale, particularly for Mezco, soft goods manufacturer. They also do like 3D printed parts such as vests and web gears and guns and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, another market that's exploding too.
Yeah, exactly. It seems to me like because of what these guys have done, because they really had this thing popping off like way before anybody else did. If anybody's ever seen somebody convert the Mezco, blade into Wesley Snipes movie blade, it's thanks to these guys. And these are a bunch of the sets that he's done that are complete like conversion kit bash sets. So he started with like the blade stuff, and he's been doing a lot of G.I. Joe as well. So you can make like a Snake Eyes out of a blade figure. He has just a bunch of kit bashes that you can use to convert figures into other figures. And unfortunately, the shop will be shutting down. I guess it was just a little too hard to sustain, probably especially during these times. So they're going to be taking orders up until, I believe, the 23rd of October, which is 5 days from now. So if you want to get something from 112 Shop, I mean, definitely go on their site and check out some of the stuff they have. I think this stuff will be well worth having, after these guys are no longer around. The good news is that they're going to be, even though the shop itself is shutting down, they have created all these designs in 3D, for 3D printing that they print themselves. What's shutting down is like the manufacturing aspect of them. They're not going to be doing the prints and shipping them out to everybody themselves. What they'll instead be doing is selling a license for those 3D print files to you so that you can 3D print it yourself on your own time. Or if you happen to have a manufacturing shop, you can, make it yourself and do all that. They're
yes,
just
kids.
That aspect.
We call that getting out of retail, and they are now wholesaling.
Exactly.
Just learned the drug business.
Pretty much.
They stopped being the dealer. Now they're the supplier.
Basically.
They do really good stuff, man. Their soft goods are pretty good on top of their 3D prints. Their 3D prints are like super legit. Like they're not even like the regular material. It's like legit resin. Like it's really good stuff.
I've actually never seen their stuff until you started showing it just now. I'd always bought all of my soft good stuff from people like GPS Slot and all those eBay cats. I'm just a cheap ass. I'm not paying like I'm not paying $50 for a coat, Poncho.
I'm
paying this guy in China $25 shipped. But this stuff looks incredible. Are these the same people actually that did that Bane kit not long ago?
I don't think so. They did. Well, what was cool about them is that they did a few different like mystery boxes where you would get, you would pay, a year or so ahead of time, and they would take a certain number of pre-orders on, a themed kit of some kind. The first one I think they did was this Snake Eyes one, this Ninja Commando. So it's the blade body, it's the blade hands, blade body, blade boots, and then the box comes with all of the fixins, the web gears, the guns, the head to make Snake Eyes. Then they did the same thing with Red Hood on the same body. So they basically created their own, means for you to make your own Red Hood figure. They're really G.I. Joe as well, so they've done some G.I. Joe stuff, like the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. They're really tied in with Mezco as well. They usually, this jacket, to your point, Poncho, I bought this. It was like $45, more than any jacket I bought in recent memory.
They got you.
They got me, dude. They saw me coming a mile away. And then the Snake Eyes kit, which I do have coming, it'll be the last thing that I get from them before they shut down. Not this one. I got the classic one. I think it was $145, which is more than the fucking
holy shit.
But they're really good.
Really pay that much? Jeez.
I mean,
man, yeah, I can't afford that shit.
But here's the thing: is I bought it originally for Snake Eyes purposes. But if we could go back to like Mezco for a second and go back to the Hazard Squad commercial, you'll notice that Mezco Hazard Squad Gomez has like teammates, and one of them is literally Snake Eyes with a snake head. So that's definitely happening. I'm just gonna use my 112 Snake Eyes kit and make another member of Hazard Squad for my Gomez.
Did they at least call their kits like funny names, like with Snake Eyes called like Reptilian Ocular Commando?
Yeah, they have Ninja Commando. They have Daywalker. I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I'm giving it. This was not offered, but something I guess they made for themselves is, they used the new Magneto from PX that just came out, and they made Storm Shadow. Cool stuff. The long and short of it is, it's a shame that they will be shutting down because in my opinion, if anybody could have made this model work, it's these guys. They had a really legitimate storefront and really, really good product. And yes, it's a little bit ridiculous to pay more for clothing and gear than for the figure, but it's really fucking high quality stuff. So, it's one of those things. I'm not out here buying like $20 Marvel Legends every time I go into Target to buy toilet paper. So I sometimes it's a little easier for me to swing for dumb stuff.
Spend $60 instead of $20. Come on, man. Don't try to.
My problem that I have with Mezco is exactly what Fabio is saying now. Like a lot of the time you want to buy these upgrade things, and then when you total things up, a Mezco ends up being like $250, $300 at that point. Like I just look at myself and I think, buy a hot toy. Because I don't mean to offend anyone that loves cloth goods, that loves Mezco, because I think Mezco does a good job. But let's be perfectly clear. Hot Toys is up here and Mezco is down here. And if I'm paying that $250 or that $300, I'm just gonna buy a Hot Toy. It's literally unbeatable as far as fabric goes, and most of the time articulation too. Don't let 2006 Hot Toys fool you. They move like crazy now. They're really well articulated. Mm-hmm. It's just so hard for me to justify because, like Fabio said, when you want that perfect look or those add-on sets, it's just shit adds up. But they do look sick. Like some of the sets I'm sure Fabio has look fucking better than Mezco could ever dream of it looking. I'm sure. From some of these pictures that he showed, they look incredible. Like that Snake Eyes, Hasbro's never gonna make a Snake Eyes that good. Get out of here. Like there's no way. Get the fuck out of here. Look.
But think about it like this. I would rather have a $145, Snake Eyes clothing set than an entire line, an entire wave of different G.I. Joe characters I don't give a shit about.
Yeah. That makes total sense because, like I just said, it doesn't matter how much we love Classified. It's never gonna look like this. It's just not.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing:
that deluxe Snake Eyes was pretty freaking nice, man.
We'll get to it when we talk about McFarlane a little bit. But I think in terms of more companies needing to step into like the premium 6-inch game. Yeah, like I get what you're saying. Like it at that point, it makes more sense to go into hot toys. But at that point, you're also completely changing the scale that you collect. So that's another thing to consider. So I guess there's like a bit of a glass ceiling with like how much you are willing to spend on like your particular scale or something that you're already collecting, depending on how deep you are into that scale already. So, it does add up, but it's
yeah, there's pros and cons. 'Cause like you just said, like if you're really into photography, I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard to do hot toys because there's such a big scale. Like, and getting a diorama is gonna be like 6 times the price of what a diorama is in 6-inch scale. And what your backdrop's gonna be just colored paper in the back. Like, I won't lie about that. If you're really into figure photography, man, hot toys is rough just because of that scale. For sure.
Yeah, who does a pretty decent job in photographing a lot of 1/6 scale stuff is there's a few people. 1/6 shooter Trevor's is pretty good. Grown Men Toys on Instagram is pretty good, and Capes and Rifles is great. There's quite a few people that we feature on the Instagram that are pretty nice.
I don't know if he's still posting like that, but Bob Joint always did really well.
Oh yeah, Bob Joint too.
With 1/6 too. Yeah, he always did really well too. I'm
and
not
1/6 shooter, really good dude. I think we met him at San Diego like last year, Boog, when we were at that.
Yeah. Trevor's he's from New York. He just lives upstate, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. But yeah, I've met him a few times. Yeah.
He also does a really good job with like MSD stuff. So he collects. He's one of those guys that collects everything, but he also photographs everything. He puts the 1/6 scale stuff with the Hasbro Black Series and stuff, and he makes it look really good.
Oh,
you know why I fuck with Trevor too though is because like he could fucking display like some of these dudes that like some of these guys I judge them on whether or not they've actually entered some competitions and shit like that. And Trevor definitely got down in the dirt in the last I think it was Photo Combat. He almost won, man. He came very close to winning, and he really like showed out and showed his repertoire and that he could do any style of display. You know what I'm saying? Like all his cutout work was super clean. Everything was like very well done. A lot of dudes that rely heavily on Photoshop can't really get down in the dirt with some of the best out of A.C.B.A. in my opinion. And Trevor is definitely one of those guys that could toe any line. So that's why I fuck with him a lot.
I'll forever give credit, although he's really only posted like a handful of times to a former admin of ours, Brian. He fucking took the mechanic Tony Stark into a Home Depot and fucking used the Home Depot as a backdrop with MS.
I forgot about that shot.
Dude, that shot is so fucking sick.
That's a pretty epic shot.
Yeah, it's literally a scene out of the fucking movie. Like, it's so dope. It's so sick.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was fucking dope. Shout
out Brian and Emiya could photograph if they really like wanted to like get off the bench and like really do shit. Both of them are actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, they're both really good. Yeah, I mean, Emiya had that one picture where Snake Eyes was in the snow fighting fucking Snake Eyes at one point. That one was dope too, where it was that Arctic looking fucking Storm Shadow.
Emiya's taking a lot of pictures of like statue shit that almost looks, that looks really good too.
Yeah, man. I always tell people that, as much as some people get mad, don't be afraid to post those statue pictures. If you get the lighting's on point, if your backdrop is good, you're contained, don't be afraid to post it. I mean, yeah, we're Articulated Comic Book Art, but we love to see other shit too.
Or even if you do some MSD stuff or you do some perspective stuff and you use a statue, but you still have some articulated figures in there and you just finesse it, But there's I want us to be able to move forward in the coming weeks and stuff like that and really, really dig into our namesake here and like talk about displays and talk about people on Instagram and talk about people that's really doing their thing that are underappreciated and that really should be getting way more shine and way more visibility on their feeds that are out there doing their thing consistently. So we definitely going to be really diving deep into that type of stuff and really focusing on the displaying part of what we here to talk about on the podcast. But
thankfully we're afforded that right now. We're in this pandemic and we sometimes have a week like this where even with the news that we have, it's really not a lot, and we're going to be able to start talking more about the art of what we do much more now than we could in the past. There was just release after release, convention after convention, and it's just not the case right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on from 112 shop. I don't really know who I'm not sure who the actual figurehead is behind this, but wishing you the best and moving forward and what you're doing. Anything that has added to the overall, just nature of this machine that is this community, then we got to give props and respect where respect is due. Anything that's continuing to push everybody's art forward and continuing to help everybody to exist in whatever little niche they exist in and make money in whatever little area of the game that they make money in. Then we got to show them love. So hopefully whatever they do moving forward, they could they'll still be good. That's a nice shot out that Punisher right there too.
That's all custom vest and clothing from them, and it's definitely support them while you still can. That this could be your last chance to get some really good custom stuff from some of the best people doing it in the community who will
no
longer be doing it anymore.
I was just talking that shit, but I'm considering that Snake Eyes before they close up. If that's something that they have available, man.
I mean, it's huge.
I think we're gonna be getting quite a few Snake Eyes figures, man. You ain't got to worry about that. We're gonna be getting
the Blade as well. The Blade is super legit, and they do a really good job with it's screen accurate for sure. Support them while you can. They're going to be dearly missed. And they also have a collection tracker for Mezco 112 figures, as a different part of their brand. They have 112.co. You can go on here and literally checklist all of your collection. And they also have a price tracker in there. You can tell, it's like a fluctuating market with other Mezco 112 collectors, and you can, build. They have a small network basically of 112 collectors that have a safe place to interact and share their collections.
I was gonna say, Fabio, a long time ago, I've been meaning to mention that there's this website for the Japanese market, but it's American. It's an American website where you can catalog all of the figures you pre-order that have already arrived, figures that you want, like a Figma, statues, whatever it may be, as long as they're all Japanese based. And this website will even give you people that are reselling it, like personal collectors that are reselling it, sites that might be selling it, whether it be for retail or for resale. I wish things like that existed for the American community, lines, whether it be Mezco or NECA or Marvel Legends. That site is so dope to be able to have everything. And like I said, if I really want to figure, I just search it in their engine and it comes up on whatever, Gomez or whatever it may be. And if you're listing it, it'll say sold by, and you can go by username and stuff like that. It's really sick. I wish something like that existed for the American market.
Yeah, there used to be MarvelLegends.net, but what happened with that? Remember that?
Oh, hey, remember that?
That was how I got back into Marvel Legends when I did that. But anyway, moving on from 112, going back to the at-home con thing, McFarlane did their own thing as well. With their own little McFarlane Con, which was less Hasbro Pulse and more Mezco Con Fall Edition, where it was just double the number of social media posts, a little more fan interaction, contests, announcements, but nothing really you didn't have a hosted live stream other than, I guess, Todd just doing his little face cam videos.
Father Todd.
Typical Todd.
Father.
Typical Todd. He announced something that nobody wants or needed. Hey guys, it's a 12-inch spawn that doesn't articulate. Didn't you want this?
This is apparently the latest prototype right here for the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter, right? So Kick Spawner.
The Kick Spawner.
But this was, I don't know, it's weird. It wasn't really an announcement so much as hey guys, I'm thinking about this.
I love that little lean that Todd did. It's just Saturday night on the phone.
Hey there, stranger.
Right? Oh, I didn't see you there.
Yeah.
Thinking about taking off this articulation. I don't know. Feeling sexy.
Maybe I'll take off a thigh articulation or two.
Mr. McFarlane wants to give us another Kickstarter, and this time it's going to be Medieval Spawn.
I don't know what he's doing.
Nothing has been announced. There's no pictures. There's no link. This is literally just a video that somebody took of him in his office saying you know what? It'd be really cool if I did this, and I would do this to the figure, and it would have a head with the head. You know, the helmet would open up, and you would see his unmasked head underneath. That would just be really cool, right? All right, Spawn Kickstarter coming next year. End of video. What?
Yeah.
Real quick, Pajama Genie said 20 minutes ago. Sorry, I missed it. Hype for those ball hinges in the knees and arms. Probably talking about TMNT. And then he just said, shout out to myfigurecollection.net. That's probably what you were talking about, Rick, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. My figure collection. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, easy to
um,
remember for sure.
Yeah, man. This Spawn shit is just it's so crazy to think that that this guy is such a trailblazer in the comic book world, and the things that he changed and did really changed the industry forever. You know, created companies, you know, lost companies, whatever it may be. But when it comes to action figures, God, he is just so narrow-minded, and all the shit he talks about the bigwigs in the comic book community, he's just like them, but in the figure community.
You know, this guy's artwork on Spider-Man is what has inspired so many poses of Spider-Man right now today, and toy photography and shit.
Yeah,
it's just
nobody was
you want to pose the figure like you drew it. What's wrong with you? It's crazy, man. I don't know what he's thinking.
I believe the latest prototype of the current Spawn Kickstarter. And I mean, if you saw our last stream, you know, we showed the video of him basically saying yeah, we were gonna do this rubber thing with the torso. We're doing away with that. It's gone. And this is the solid torso that you will be getting from now on. I'm pretty sure he's still gonna work on the chains. These look pretty fucking big, but I think
hope to God he's working on those chains.
Pretty God.
It looks just like the statue, but with a few more cut joints. Isn't that just popular course from McFarlane?
God,
this is crazy.
Really
man.
are bringing back
and the
the
wild
90s.
thing is that, of course, the wild thing is that, of course, it doesn't look bad. It's just not articulated, and I don't care what anybody says that he said it wasn't going to be like that from the beginning, or it's an ode to the classic one, or whatever. So the fuck what? We wanted to see him really show out with this. That's why people put their money into it. All right, give us your favorite character of all time, your crowning achievement, but just make him posable. Do that for us.
And the worst part is, Boog, is that even if he makes this Kickstarter for that medieval Spawn, and the prototype that he shows is super articulated, how do we know that's what he's going to do?
it's true.
He's already done it already, where he acted like it was going to be rubber and it was going to have good articulation, and he was just nonchalantly like, oh yeah, it's not going to do that anymore. What the fuck do you mean? That's like telling us that you have a car that can fly and then going we just don't want it to fly up. We just want it to drive.
We just don't want to show you that, you know.
Yeah, no, well, never mind. We're just going to make it drive. Fuck flying. What? What the fuck are you
I could
talking
do
about?
it, but no, chill.
Cool. Have you tried driving, kid?
Yeah, we can't even trust his word that he's gonna make it really articulated in the next Kickstarter. It's buyer beware, because this guy just does whatever he wants. And it's like you said, it's crazy because he inspired so much with all that art that he's done with Spider-Man. Nobody was drawing Spider-Man like that, or doing artwork in general the way that he was. And for him to just not even be able to do his own work with his own figure sucks.
What's not to trust about this man?
Look at him. All the articulation.
I mean, okay. I knew what I was getting with the Spawn. He was very clear about it. He was going to try to do the articulation thing, but it just wasn't working out how he thought, so he's not doing it anymore. But, I also knew that this wasn't going to be, and he said it also, not the ultimate Spawn figure. This is not, the end-all, be-all Spawn figure. For all intents and purposes, the Mortal Kombat one is still a better Spawn figure than this one.
Is. And it's $20.
Right? So what I want to see is Todd, as we said earlier, step into the premium 6-inch market and try to go direct competition with Mezco, do his own $80 to $100 Spawn cloth goods figure, top to bottom, the suit, the cape, everything. Then he gets to have his cake and eat it too. He gets to have a super articulated, or a Spawn that is seamless, that is no articulation showing, no cut joints. He gets to have a statuesque Spawn, but we, the collectors, get to have a super articulated underbody that we can do whatever we want with.
Yeah, either that, or he's got to he's got to let other people fucking do Spawn.
This this guy has sworn he's never gonna let anybody touch Spawn, and it's like, man, that's fucking sucks.
And I'm cool with that. That's 100% Todd. It's your it's your character. Totally. I wouldn't see Hasbro letting anybody else really do G.I. Joe and all that stuff too. Okay, but put your money where your mouth is. Is like, if you got these premium companies, even like overseas companies like Soap Studios or all these other soft goods companies that are springing up. There's a market for this. Like, it might not be a retail shelf presence thing necessarily, but there is a market for it. So I want to see like Todd take a step into it and really try to take that on.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to make it my business to, because every year I like kind of miss Todd, like honestly, kind of selfishly, because I don't personally be caring, but I need to actually get out there and like interview with Todd and like try to ask him some hard questions and like try to push him in one direction and show him some shit, because Chartemus be failing us every time.
Bring some female bucks.
Yeah, man. It's just like you said, Fabio. If you don't want to give the license to anybody else, that's fine. But then, like, do what the people who buy your product like are asking for. At least once. Just once. I mean, the fact that $20 figure is more articulated than this figure that we're paying $70 for and waiting over a year to get. Like, that is inexcusable, bro.
When's the Spawn supposed to drop exactly? When's the Kickstarter supposed to be fulfilled?
It was like July next year or something like that.
Yeah, I think sometime in the summer of next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that is the latest on the Kickstarter. I mean, it is what it is. And that's you're right, Rick. I paid $70 for this thing or whatever it was, and I know once I get it in hand, it is just gonna sit on a shelf in package and be like, oh, this is the update of the original McFarlane. I'm gonna probably try to get the original McFarlane figure and be like, oh, this is this, but
yeah,
the new version, dope, right? All right, moving on. Here's these other figures I can move around and pose, and here's some photos I did with them. Like, that's not gonna happen with this McFarlane figure.
Yeah, it's like if somebody. Yeah, I just fucking it's so annoying. It's the worst.
So what's the deal with the cape? Is that going to have some type of articulation, or that's just static too?
It has hinges so it can close, I believe.
Yeah, it has like almost like wings. Like it opens and closes like wings.
Gotcha.
Like
gotcha.
It goes in front of them and then it opens. Done. Yeah, soft goods is definitely a way to go for his cape. Especially you can put like 20 wires in there and make it go all crazy, all kinds of different directions. That'd be so.
Yeah, for sure. Even if it was an option for you to have the hard plastic cape that open and closes, but you could swap it off and you could have something more like flowy and magical looking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like with all of the little rips and tears and burn marks in it and stuff. Like really go all out, man. Come on.
Yeah.
People spending bread for this, man.
And the worst part is that we always have the apologists that go like, well, it's an homage to this. Like, yeah, man, it can be both things though. Just like you said, it can be the homage and have that cape that's harder, plastic and whatnot, and it can also come with a cloth cape. Like I would have paid $100 if I knew it would come with a cloth cape. It would have that articulation. I'd have done it. I would have paid anything. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's frustrating.
That Wrestling Hound says that it actually ships next month, so we were way off. This thing is coming out next month.
Jesus. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense since he's showing, pictures that are so close to completion. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been showing us stuff like all pandemic. Like the dude has not been just at home. I mean,
my God, Fabio, that what you're about to click. Oh my God.
Not like this.
And I have an Element post to show after I got to pull up, so thanks for reminding me. But so McFarlane also announced that they have picked up the license for Nickelodeon's Avatar, The Last Airbender. Why is it called Legend of Aang? Is that a new property? Or I guess they changed it?
No. Fuck no, they didn't. I don't know what the fuck these guys are doing.
They don't even know what's happening. Like, even if Nickelodeon gave them that.
No, I think that is a newer cartoon. Hold on one second.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about it. What if that's the Netflix show? Holy fuck.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Wow,
Hold on. Let me check with my my resident Avatar anime expert over here. Let me ask my daughter.
Call ourselves
Here
Avatar.
I am. It's like,
yeah, I hope everybody's ready for 7-inch Aang that comes with an 8-inch Katara and a 9-inch Sokka.
yeah, let me
You guys
try
know
it.
that.
That's
That's
it.
sick, right? Like the one person I wouldn't want with this license. And I'm over here shitting on Todd, but I'll give him a compliment. Recently, he dropped that Cyborg from the Teen Titans show. It's great. It's a great figure. It looks on model. It's really well articulated. So I'll just so people don't think I'm just out here hating this fucking guy. He does good
my
work.
My daughter says this is from the Netflix show, the Avatar thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Legend of Aang.
Shout out to Kendall #2.
Basically. Schooling me. I was actually watching the first couple episodes of this with her like a couple weeks ago.
So
Okay,
good.
so there's a new Avatar cartoon, is what I'm understanding. Okay.
Well, it's live action. The Netflix one is going to be live action.
Yeah, it's live action.
No.
Yeah.
Nah, what we were watching was animated.
Well, no, I'm saying like the new Netflix one is going to be live action.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one you were
Okay,
watching is one of the greatest animated properties of all time.
Yeah, the character development, the story, it's just all incredible.
The depiction of war in a children's cartoon. Come on.
This is too much for my child.
Honestly, yeah, it was way more sophisticated than we deserved as children. Honestly.
Very true.
So what we got? I got a dog barking here, but basically, McFarlane has picked a license for 7-inch figures.
Yeah, this is awful. This is fucking terrible.
What's that?
Yeah, if you guys thought Diamond Select didn't do a good job, boy oh boy, are you in for a fucking surprise? 'Cause somebody's gonna do worse. And
I thought the Diamond Select ones didn't look too bad, actually. They were okay.
Yeah, they were fine. They just needed some torso articulation, honestly, and they wouldn't have been bad.
Ugh. I have those actually, and they're.
Yeah, but I don't know. A lot of people feel that going from Diamond Select to McFarlane is like going from bad to worse. So I don't know if people are really like excited about it. I mean, it's cool.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of cool looking things from McFarlane, but they just we keep saying the same thing. They can't get the scale right, and if Todd would just compete in the 6-inch scale market, shit would be a lot better, man. I don't know why I think it's because he's so comfortable and used to doing statue shit that the larger scale just feels more comfortable to him. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, well, we've heard him in many videos. Like he loves to boast that his figures are bigger than everybody else's figures, and that his figures weigh more. That's like a big obsession with him.
It's a dick measuring contest with Todd.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, anybody like even people of McFarlane fans, if you're in the chat, like you can attest to the same thing. For some reason, he really loves to say like, look at what you're getting at $7. Look at how big this is. Look at how heavy this is. And I'm just, it's very strange obsession. For $20.
Man, I can't find it, but somebody had a post on Instagram where they like did like a digital drawing mock-up of McFarlane's, Avatar figures, and with like really ugly ball joints at the ankles and at the feet and at the hands, and it was so funny. Like it had all the right proportions, like the McFarlane figures do. I'm gonna try to keep finding it, but like it was perfect.
Oh yeah, don't forget that penis spawn.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah. We're gonna look at that in a sec. Here's the other new license though, is Princess Bride.
So random.
So random. My name is
wait, the movie?
Stuff. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's definitely just a case of Todd's a big fan.
I mean, if Todd wants to give us a big chunky, like, look how much money you're getting, for all this plastic figure, Andre the Giant from Princess Bride.
Dude, Brian was just telling me last night, like, let's hope that he makes a big ass Andre the Giant just to prove a point of like, look what's $20. Like, he just did that with that big ass like Batman, like Doomsday looking character. So I'd do it again with Andre the Giant. Todd, come on. Anybody want the peanut?
Yeah, I'm seeing that Doomsday and a lot of that. What is it? Batman as Doomsday?
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of really cool pictures. Oh my god, this is garbage.
This is the bloody Mortal Kombat variant Spawn.
That's just foreskin.
They couldn't have just thrown blood on a regular ass Spawn. What the fuck are they doing?
I don't know. Like he's bloody, yes, but that's not the thing that is striking about this figure.
It's the fact that he literally looks like he's made of foreskin.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like he was flayed inside out.
That looks it makes me uncomfortable.
Fair.
Yeah.
Man, I don't like looking at that thing.
The longer you stare at it, the worse it gets, right? And then he also announced another 12-inch figure. You know, he's doing they do the 7-inch line, but then every now and then they'll do like a 12-inch statue, basically.
Wear your mask.
And here is Quarantine Spawn.
The wear your mask spot.
Wear your mask.
Jeez, it's the same thing with the way he does these torsos and the crotch and like, jeez, come on, bro.
Let's look at it in action. It's big. Oh, look, he's got something to show
Is
us.
he hiding it behind his back?
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's hiding it behind his back.
Let's take a look at his office.
Look at all these cool spawns I made.
Oh yeah, he's
He's
like,
like,
remember we had like all these really dope spawns. Like, I don't want to play the audio just in case we get flagged or whatever.
Yeah, he's like about to pull a penny out of your ear and shit.
Right. And he's just like, oh, look at all these spawns. That's cool, right? But what about this?
He doesn't move.
The big 12-inch spawn. Oh, look, you can't even display it without the effect because it has a giant ugly peg in the middle of his palm.
Yeah, there's a
He's
big
been
ass
doing
nub.
this.
This is his
It's the
palm.
same type of like stance and like, oh man, come on, bro.
Look, there's
The
a
same
big giant
thing.
peg right in the middle of his palm.
Look at his fat hand.
Look at this. Okay,
This dude had an
so
allergic reaction on his palm.
where? I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's just some real personal shit with him where he is just not pleased with something. If you can see articulation, if you can see any point of articulation, if he can't do it where it looks seamless, he's not fucking with it. It's just a personal pet peeve of his that won't allow him to take it to give some of the fans what they really want and take it to the next level and maybe even like open up to some new people that would be interested in this stuff. Like,
Yeah,
that's really all it is.
It's
If
to
that
the
was
point.
a soft goods suit, you could twist that torso all day and still get it back to normal.
Yeah.
It's to the point where you look at anything that has good articulation of his and you're like, there's no way he did this.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way it was him.
Was this
It was
outsourced?
somebody else that was there.
Who did this?
Yeah, who on your staff did this? Because it wasn't.
Whose
you,
man does
brother.
this?
Basically.
And then, he's doing the same thing, a bunch of giveaways on their social media. You get Baraka and Katana, if you want to enter their contest. And I don't know if anyone messes with these, but their Warhammer line, I think, is actually kind of dope. I think in terms of it, this is exactly that. This is like, wait, there's no way Todd father did this. This is
Yeah, man.
Who's overseeing?
Those grayscale ones are so dope, because it just, if you're a fan of Warhammer and you're a fan of that hobby, being able to paint them in that scale, that's so sick.
That is a very smart move. Yeah. But Dallas was saying that they don't fucking move either.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not. But it's still a step up from the miniatures, which don't move at all.
It's true.
Yeah.
This looks really good for those guys that missed out on the Bandai ones too, because those things go for
I
dumb
actually
money right now.
Bandai one for my roommate, because my roommate's he's a Warhammer like miniaturist.
Hell yeah.
I guess that's what they call themselves.
That's
and
it.
I got him 2 Bandai ones, which won't be coming out for like a year.
Well, I mean, it's good you got them because they go for like $3 right now on eBay. It's fucking
Really?
nuts. Yeah, it's unreal.
Maybe he won't give them to his roommates.
I mean, you didn't know I got 2.
Maybe he'll just give them a $20 gift card to Starbucks.
I'll just get him the McFarlane ones and be like, yeah, it's from Bandai.
That's it. A donation to Bandai has been made in your name.
Yeah. And there's different colors too, and they have the enemies too. What are they called? The Necron Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the Primaris Intercessor Marines. Just a lot of really dope work. Interesting order. You know what I mean?
You're just saying things now.
Exactly.
What?
I saw somebody on Reddit do some really cool photography with these, but I won't take the time to look for that right now. We can move on.
Their property is so sick, man. My best friend's super into that.
So
Yeah.
we will know in a month or so what's going on with Todd's final look for Spawn. We'll be looking to talk about that. All right. What else was on the docket? I think that was the last thing on our list, huh?
There's 2 more. There's Storm and Loyal Subjects. There's like one thing from each of them.
Oh,
Okay. Let me look up Storm collectibles real quick.
Yeah, they showed a prototype for someone from Samurai Showdown, which I just want to touch on real quick. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Samurai
Who was the
Show.
person? Who was the first figure they were putting out from this line? We talked about that.
He's the main character.
A while ago.
A variant.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was the first character? We just talked about that last week. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
that's
the
just a
variant.
different color.
This is the
Gotcha.
regular color of him. Yeah. Oh wait, no,
Got
that's
it.
not.
That was regular
Anyway,
color. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is the new grayscale prototype.
Pending approval.
All right. Yeah, from the
Okay.
fan base.
All right, cool. Next.
Oh, and they also did this. This was another really big piece.
Oh yeah, it's a bike, huh?
That's a bike for who?
Lobo.
Hobo?
Hobo. Yeah, hobo.
Is it?
Hobo Johnson and the Lovemakers?
Lobo the Hobo.
Lobo Johnson and the Lovemakers. Yeah, you're right about that.
There's
No,
also
this is
that.
Go ahead, Rick.
I said there's also another one that they actually showed before that too. Is like another tease. Although
okay.
this one is much
This
more.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is looks like people are speculating it's MK2 Kung Lao.
Yeah, for sure.
Kung
Yeah,
Lao.
Oh, Kung Lao?
somebody posted a side by side next to the MK model, and it's basically the same shit.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
the same shit.
Mm. How many more characters do they have to do from MK? I mean, who do they have left that they have not done at all? Quite a few, huh?
From MK2, it's not that crazy of a list. But if they want to do like fucking everybody, then, jeez.
Yeah. There's a few listed here. Kano, Sonya, and Liu Kang is coming already. We have that.
Liu Kang.
Hey,
Okay,
was
yeah,
that
yeah,
Billy Mahoney? All he ever talks about is Kano. Shout out to Billy.
Hell yeah.
Kano.
Kano does not have blonde hair, Billy. Sorry.
I will only buy Mortal Kombat figures if they're based on the original movies. And yes, I need 2 different Johnny Cages from when they switched actors.
And he needs to come with an accessory that breaks his back too.
Yeah. There's actually a few of them. You need a few characters that with alternate heads to play the different actor from part 2.
Hell yeah.
Who immediately died.
I have the shades, baby. It's all about the shades.
Yep.
Right, exactly.
Those were $500 sunglasses, asshole.
It's a $7,000 jacket.
Straight up douchebag.
All right, so the Kung Lao from MK2 is coming, and then this other tease was the bike for Lobo
Hobo.
from
Yeah, that's dope.
Injustice, which we already got. That figure is
So yeah,
out.
we already got Lobo, but now they got you on the hook. So everybody's gonna go backtrack now and say, "All right, I didn't get Lobo, but the bike's coming. I got to get Lobo now." So shit's gonna go
Lobo-
nuts in the next.
That Lobo's big as fuck too, so you know that bike is gonna be humongous.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, for sure. And this is my favorite Sub-Zero right here.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. Nobody wants Sub-Zero.
That's Sub-Zero's brother, huh? Isn't it from Mortal Kombat 3?
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
That's his brother.
MK3.
I've come to avenge.
This
brother.
is the brother of the one who becomes Noob Saibot.
That's true. Great value Sub-Zero right there.
Right.
How do you
But
think
dude, that
they'll...
was my first Sub-Zero because I played. I grew up a Mortal Kombat trilogy for N64.
Uh-huh.
So I had that version as my Sub-Zero.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I'm sorry you missed out. That sounds like a pretty terrible...
I love it. It's all right. I thought it was a hype brand when I was growing up too, but it's only because my parents couldn't afford Nike.
Beautiful.
Incredible. How do you think they'll distribute that bike for Lobo? You think they'll repack it with another Lobo, or do you think they'll just do it by itself?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I wonder.
That is a good question.
Because like what other vehicles have they done? Just the Dread bike in it?
Yeah, no,
They've done the Dragon for Axe Battler, Golden Axe.
Oh.
Mhm.
Um,
And if you wanna count Motaro,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck his name is, that's like a vehicle.
oh, he's a dump truck of a. He's got a dump truck of an ass. Look at him.
right.
Basically.
That's who Genuine Song was about.
Incredible. Yeah.
This is Pixar designing the next mom character.
Oh man, genius.
That
That was Mezco that did the Dread bike. Mezco and what was that other company that did 3A? Did a Mezco? Did a Dread bike?
Yeah, 3A.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Oh,
I
man,
think
when are we gonna get an Akira with a bike? Come on.
Yeah,
people.
that's what I'm talking about, dude. Like when?
You know what? In true Storm fashion, they may reissue another Lobo on the bike, but just a bloody version, basically.
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, let's do them in foreskin colors, huh?
Let's do them all bronze under the McFarlane label. Wait, wrong color. Yeah, I mean, I could see that for sure. In terms of vehicles, though, I guess we can count the Shao Kahn throne. Yes?
Sure, yeah. Why
Yeah,
not?
fuck yeah. We're counting it, man. Put it
That's
down.
pretty. That's pretty huge. That is pretty huge.
I mean, don't count Storm out, man. They got some dope stuff. I mean, their boxing licenses, their wrestling license, like
Yeah.
they really like run the gamut.
Sure.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Eddie and Andrew.
And
guys
you know the thing about them too is that like it's affordable. You don't feel like you're getting jerked when you buy their shit. Even when they play the game and do re-releases with the blood and all of that, like it's quality. You're getting quality for your purchase.
Yeah, they're
they're-
smart
they're-
re-releases.
They're a bigger scale and they're hefty. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just it's just a scale that I personally I don't really like too much. But again, I always admire their stuff from afar, and I admire a lot of people's pictures with these things too. Shout out to, if you could bring him up, Fabio.
I'll bring him up, sure.
Ernest Silva does some nice stuff with Storm. His Instagram is Solid Ernest, I think. Solid_Ernest.
Great name.
ERNEST.
Oh, I got him.
Solid Ernest.
shout out to Ernest. Is he saving
Shout out
Christmas
to
today or?
Shout out to everybody.
Is he being scared
Shout
stupid,
out
or is he
to-
saving Christmas? What's he
Damn.
doing?
You just took me back. I totally forgot about that guy in those movies. Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
the
Dan
ultimate,
Barney.
the original,
Ernest-
like viral
Ernest
fucking dude.
Saves Christmas. What else was it? How many movies
He goes to
did he have?
jail. He's
Ernest
fucking-
goes to jail. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Damn. Forgot
Man.
Shout out Jim Varney, R.I.P. the original Slinky.
I know.
That's the original Slinky, baby.
That's great. Yo,
I actually
P, did
didn't
you
know
get
there
a?
was
I see a little peek of the Vegeta, Great Ape Vegeta. I'm sure you got that, right, P?
He's right there.
He's eating beans.
You probably can't see him. Yeah, he's right there.
Oh yeah, I only see Fabio on my screen right now.
It's all good. Don't
There
worry
you
about it.
go.
Wow, favoritism, huh? Wow. Well, thanks for letting us know that that's all you care about.
I'm just saying, it's hard to look at.
Fabio's a cutie.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I had pre-ordered that from GameStop, like, dude, forever ago. And like GameStop they used to be pretty notorious with SH Figure Arts. If you just pre-order it too late, they just straight up just don't fucking send it to your store. Like they'll make up some shit like, oh, there was a cutoff date or something. So I was very like apprehensive on if my pre-order would like come through, and like I was kind of like sweating for a while because like as soon as it came out, I saw people like typical SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball fashion, like people are like panicking that like the price is going to skyrocket as soon as like the wave sells out. So I was kind of sweating myself, but luckily the GameStop one came in, and it came in during a weekend where it was 20% off collectibles also. And then that stacked on top of my discount with some coupons I had was pretty great.
Oh man, are we talking about a buy-a bag?
It was just like a regular thing. You didn't have to buy a bag, which is pretty tight.
Oh man, you're the CEO. They better do what you want.
I know, right?
Quick question, P. I'm just looking over this build, the Figurize Boma's bite build. How long did it take you?
I want to say maybe like 3 to 4 hours, maybe.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I was kind of like fucking around too, so.
Doing a bunch of other shit at the same time. Got you.
Yeah. And I was like being like super meticulous. Like I don't know, I was just wasting a lot of fucking time sanding nubs that were just going to end up being hidden too. And I was like painting it as I was going. So like, I think realistically, if you just like put on something in the background, like the A.C.B.A podcast, you could probably get through it in like 2 hours or something.
Wow.
Is it, you were painting it just for your
Yeah, just for fun.
particular liking though? Like,
Just for shits
so
and
it's
gigs.
nothing that absolutely
Just for
needs to be
funsies.
done though, right?
No, absolutely not.
Is
Like,
that- okay.
it looks really good. The only thing that you might have trouble with is like the stickers. But the cool thing about the Figurize kit is it comes with I don't know if you've ever done water slides before. This is my first time doing water slides on that, and I was pretty apprehensive on doing water slides because I didn't want to mess it up, but it was like super easy. And then if you don't want to mess with water slides, the exact same images come as stickers too. So you can just apply stickers if you want to.
Yeah, you know,
Alright.
you know what's funny? I saw you post that the other day, Poncho. I don't know if you know this. but for a few, like I want to say like 4 or 5 figures, Figma actually did give you a plain face, and they would give you a whole sheet of,
Yeah.
of expressions with water sliding. That was
You know what? I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about
that
that.
was dope.
You know what's interesting? Like I saw in maybe I want to say like a year ago, in like the Dragon Ball SH Figure Arts community, there was a guy selling water slides for like specifically Majin Vegeta's face because they like famously flubbed on one of the faceplates for Majin Vegeta where he's supposed to be looking off to the left or right, but the eyes are just like in the middle or whatever. And like I really thought that scene was gonna like kind of explode, just doing like custom eyes and custom water slides, because all you really have to do is like just take some like acetone or some nail polish remover and take it to like your faceplates, and then you can just buy like a water slide decal and just customize your SH figure, like any faceplate you want. Like
It's actually even cheaper than that. You can do a model like that 112 shop that Fabio was talking about.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know this, but you can go on Amazon and buy water slide paper.
yeah, exactly,
You can
just print it
sell-
out.
You could just sell the document, and
Mhm.
you don't even have to ship anything. You just send people the file when they purchase. So that would actually be really dope. So if anybody's trying to make money and knows how to do that, go for it in the comments.
Yeah, no, just
You heard
another
it here.
free idea.
Free idea.
Next
I'm gonna
big
make you a
hustle
millionaire.
failed right here.
That's it. I
I
might
So,
look.
Pete, I'm just looking at like 20 different things that related to Dragon Ball. Did you get Bulma's capsule too already?
The bike or no?
Yeah, the bike. Yeah,
No,
the
not
other-
yet. I have that one.
The official Bandai shit or whatever.
A
Yeah,
bunch of people in the chat actually got it as soon as we talked about it too. That was funny.
yeah. A lot of people were saying it's pretty good. Like it just, but it's so funny because like the little Goku that comes with it, you just look at your your Dragon Ball Goku and you're just like shaking your head, like what the fuck happened with the scale?
Yeah, 'cause
Man, we got a comment.
Yeah.
We got a comment from Print Rabbit that says the great unpainted ape.
yeah, that's one of the that's definitely one of the complaints that I've heard was that it's like not painted basically.
Yeah,
But good articulation, and obviously it's not going to be the exact scale that it should be in, but
Dude,
you
in
can
the
do
middle
some
of
MSD stuff.
in the middle of production, somebody was like, "Yo, we're in a pandemic. Can you take those off?" Like,
Basically.
no paint. No paint.
No
We're in a
paint.
pandemic. No paint.
No paint.
But man, he make it look really good. Look at this. It's
Yeah.
pretty fucking
Yeah,
dang.
it looks
So-
good.
He's eating beans.
yeah. It's a fantastic figure for sure. I was really like, we talked about it on the podcast like 2 years ago when it was unveiled. Like, I was really scared that this shit was going to be $400. And I think if they would have went with like the scale that they like soft teased, where it was like even closer to the 1/12 scale, I think it would have been $400 easy, maybe even fucking $5.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
If it was-
that
if it
little
was 112
Goku
scale,
that he's holding is a pack-in, right? With
Yeah.
With the
Yeah. You can
It's-
see it here.
that's the actual proper scale though.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what's
Got it.
you know what's great? There's a lot of if you're into like gashapons and stuff, there's a ton of like static gashapons you could buy that are in that scale.
Mm,
And like I'm showing it right now on
gotcha.
my camera.
What about what was that line? It was pretty articulated too. I have one of the figures.
Shoto.
Was it Shoto?
Yeah.
Shoto.
Yeah, Shoto, right?
Shoto is
Yeah, I
is
have
pretty
the,
close to that scale too.
Okay, yeah, I have a Goku from them. That's pretty cool.
That's
that
perfect.
Shoto line is so sick, man.
It's very good. I really wish they would do more stuff in that line, but
Dude, a lot of those Shoto figures are super expensive now.
yeah, they go for mad money. That Goku goes for like crazy money. The Boo,
Really?
yeah, the Boo before the SH Figure Arts Boo came out, that was going for money too. And a lot of people are taking that and turning it into a kid Boo also.
Funny.
And then what do you call it? And then the Vegeta is a really good kit bash to make a Namek armored Gohan also. You just take like a
Nope.
you just take a WCF head on the Namek Gohan and just pop it on the Vegeta body and it works out just fine.
You know what would be
Oh,
sick
nice.
now that you just said that? If you took if you made a Tarble,
Yeah, that's it. Man,
dude.
more free
Hell yeah.
ideas.
I'm giving out ideas.
We're just spitballing here, you know.
We're spitballing, man. We're giving them
We
away.
ain't got nobody to pitch these ideas to over at Bandai. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's true.
And on the subject of this Grade 8 Vegeta, that has been Storm Collectibles, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's how we got here.
Really laying it on. Storm.
But
Hey,
you're
you know how we do.
Boog, I think you might have
Little bit of
to.
this,
I think you might have to
little bit
be
of
going because your mic is messing up.
yeah, your mic is bugging.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
your,
mic.
Okay.
your mic is like meme messed up. Like, you know in memes when they blast music and it's like
Oh, it's fried. Boog sounds deep fried.
Yeah, he does sound deep fried for sure.
So I think the last thing we wanted to talk about was loyal subjects, right?
Yeah, just something real quick. They unveiled like their 5-inch line, and it has like a lot of like funky properties in it. I just thought it was really funny.
Oh, I did see this. I didn't realize it was loyal subjects. That's dope.
Yeah, if you go to if you don't feel like scrubbing through all these things, you can go to Toy Arc, and they have just like the full spread on there.
Yeah.
Rick, this
And you
is the
guys hear
same. That's perfect, Bug. Thank you.
Okay.
Rick, this is the same company that does King of the Hill figures, right? Or no?
Yeah, dude, they do
yeah.
the.
Yeah, they just never have done them outside of that little blind box scale.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, little Bobby
What-
Hill.
Kind of
What
dope.
did what did they
Shit.
announce? I'm coming into this blind, man. What are
Me
we
too,
talking
dude.
about?
These are cool. Oh, okay.
Wait,
So
who's doing these?
Loyal subjects. It is a new line of 5-inch scale action figures known as BSTAXN, pronounced Best Action.
Yeah,
This is
Okay.
Loyal Subjects Best Action line. $15.99, 1/15 scale figure with up to 31 points of articulation, depending on the figure, with licenses including stuff that they already owned, like Big Trouble Little China, Cowboy Bebop, AC/DC, Naruto, Kiss, Slash, as in of Guns N' Roses fame. And new licenses announced include TMNT, Gremlins, Starship Troopers, Ozzy Osbourne, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Avatar:
Yo,
Last
man,
Airbender.
That's Napoleon Dynamite
Yeah.
right there. With fucking
Dude, this is finna be the best Avatar: Last Airbender line out there.
Yeah, if you buy the Avatar figures in this line, it'll scale well with McFarlane's shit.
Man,
You get
Man,
Studio
that
from
kid-
McFarlane,
that-
you
that,
get
like-
Aang from Loyal Subjects.
that fucking figure with the guitar, that's from AC/DC, right? That's
Angus
body is
Young.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
These
really
are
well
cool.
articulated. Double jointed
Yeah, dude.
knees. Holy
Yeah,
fuck, dude.
I mean, these
Yeah,
are
that looks-
legit like
that
guitar
looks
pose.
pretty good.
Bro,
That is
that
actually
fucking-
holding the
that
guitar
Napoleon,
properly.
That Napoleon is getting down.
Yeah, the
Oh my
Napoleon
God.
is
It's
why
a demon. do you want your figures to have a kiss of flavor?
Dude, these figures are
Stupid.
so sick.
This is pretty good. Honestly,
My-
I mean,
my
I
only
get it. I get the scale, but if you've looked at it, honestly, the Loyal Subject other stuff is actually pretty solid. Like their little, stylized, kind of bobbleheady figures. They're actually pretty well articulated as well.
Mhm.
$15.99? Come on, man.
Yeah,
Get out of
Not
here.
bad
This is
handout
great.
right there.
Yeah, this is great.
That's not bad, man. Especially for like you guys said, jokingly, but seriously, using it in MSD stuff, using these to pair with other larger, figures for some cool displays.
No,
Yeah.
man, the
Oh.
only complaint I have is that they didn't throw a King of the Hill figure in there.
That's true.
It's coming. It's got to be.
I know, like it has
Well,
to.
actually, I believe that little bobblehead line I'm thinking of is called like Action Vinyls or something, and like they're basically this just with giant bobbleheads. So it wouldn't take
me
much.
and
do regular
me and Poncho own them all.
We sure do.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially we even have the SDCC exclusive deal.
We sure do. I
then
have
I'm
to.
amongst gentlemen and scholars.
Exactly. Learned men.
Yes. This is Napoleon. I mean, this is silly. But
Yo, the
this is
Napoleon
fair.
has fucking butterfly joints, but that fucking Venom did not. What the fuck is going on?
Oh my god. Yeah, I might actually cop this. If they do a Pedro,
Yeah,
cops.
it's
Yeah.
over.
they got to do
Look at
a Rico.
That's
Oh, there
it.
he
Look at
is.
Rick. Oh
Yeah.
my
Look
god.
at that.
Oh man.
These honestly don't seem too dissimilar from that.
You really don't.
No, they don't. This is so sick, man. I'm down for this. I'm all about loyal subjects, man. Let's do it.
I mean,
Yeah,
these make for some good, joke displays and like some fun things, man, for sure, man.
My
That fucking
bugabag.
Slash looks good. That Flash, right?
That Slash, dude, it looks good.
Yeah, Slash, right? Oh, I thought so. Yeah, that looks good, man.
If you go on my channel here, which I'm sure is linked below, I actually did when I went to Los Angeles Comic-Con last year, I did a little vlog, and I went into the Loyal Subjects booth, and they were displaying for the first time that very Dale Gribble figure that you were holding.
Incredible.
Rick. So yeah, definitely check out that, because then you can get a sense of what these might look like, because I was impressed by them, and they had that bobblehead line that I mentioned as well. And in terms of like rosters, they got as far as NECA has done in like 5 years in like 2 waves. So they really are very good about rounding out these universes and completing teams, so to speak.
Yo,
so
peep that packaging, dude. Holy fuck, for $15.
Pretty legit, dude.
That's crazy.
Honestly, here's where we as collectors have to complain. Is like, all right, cool, we're getting Angus Young, but where's the rest of the band?
True.
Where's Cliff Williams? Where's Brian Johnson? You know what? If this is Highway to Hell 2 or Angus Young, I don't even want Brian Johnson. I want Bon Scott. I want a Bon Scott with no shirt, and I want a variant with shirt.
If you want any of these other characters to go along, then you got to support the line.
Yeah, you got to buy it.
Buy this stuff.
Honestly,
Are we
I may just have to, because if we're getting
the
the demon without the Star Child, the Space Ace, and the cat, then I'm not sure if I want it. You know what I mean,
bro? Are we not going to talk about the fact that the Gandalf figure has him smoking on Old Toby?
Yeah.
Yo!
A wizard arrives precisely when he has to.
Old Toby! Yo, that's so sick.
And I love how this is specifically Lord of the Rings Gandalf, not the Hobbit.
Yeah,
Get out of here with the
Hobbit.
God.
You guys didn't like the Hobbit?
It's
awful.
I'm not as colorful as Fabio. I thought it was just okay.
Yo, we not taking turns?
I thought the Hobbit was entertaining.
Yeah, I thought the Hobbit was fun, but it wasn't what it should have been.
It was 4 hours too long, basically.
It was 2 movies too long.
Yeah, exactly. You get a lot of shit in here, man.
But dude, Big Trouble in Little China, like nobody's really touched this as an action figure license, and it's funny that they're starting with Lightning. Which is, this is the guy who played Liu Kang in not Liu Kang, Shang Tsung.
Yeah,
Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat movies, and then they brought him back as Shang Tsung for the new Mortal Kombat game.
They sure did.
Yeah, and you know what's funny, man, is that people have been complaining to your boy Fabio. People bitch at Randy all the time. Do Big Trouble in Little China.
Mm-hmm.
You guys complain. It's here, man. Come on,
dude. If Loyal Subjects can make it work, I mean, they could prove that the license is out there. And I wouldn't even be mad if NECA did Big Trouble as like the retro line, because it would be perfect for that as well. And how much more difficult is it than jeans and a tank top and a new Kurt Russell head, on those already existing bodies? Easy. But yeah, Lightning.
This is sick.
I dig this a lot, and this entire like first wave seems like the first character in every universe.
Yeah.
It is so cool and so weird to have these all in one wave. That's so sick. Honestly, like I said, my only complaint is just the fact that they didn't throw in a King of the Hill character. But everything else is awesome.
I'm copping that for the tape player alone, for sure. Put it on like a child body in like 1/12 scale.
Yeah, dude, for sure. This could work as a child in 1/12.
Yeah, honestly, just do a head swap. Oh, you're good.
I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Is my mic sounding stupid again? Or
no, you're good.
You're great.
Okay,
I mean,
plugged it back in, but oh yeah, hell yeah, you could do a kid in that. Oh man, damn.
And these are, if I'm noticing,
right.
These look like a lot of the same body, so it's not even like these are all brand new figures each time. These very smart reuse on their part as well.
I mean, you could use all of these in some form of fashion and kit bash them for other like background teenage or kid characters.
For sure. I mean,
it's
Angus Young done. I mean, that is literally a child schoolboy right there.
Exactly.
When we get off of this podcast, the first thing I'm doing is spamming Loyal Subjects. Like, are you guys doing King of the Hill too?
That's true.
Right. I mean, I'm noticing just like the Chucks, the sneakers on this one, the same as Slash. I mean, that's brilliant reuse right there.
Yeah,
bro,
smart.
Is nobody going to talk about the fact that Napoleon got the moon boots?
That's true.
Yeah, he did.
He's wearing the moon boots.
He's got the jazz. He's got these hands.
He sure does. Oh my god.
He's got the headphones. I mean, this is all you need to like recreate, the dance scene. It's really good.
Absolutely.
This is some incredible.
So yeah, kudos to Loyal Subjects. I mean, this is very like outside of I think what we usually talk about. But
It really is, but it's a breath of fresh air for sure.
it's
Yeah, dude.
it's rare for us to be like so like excited about a kitschy line like this, you know.
Yeah, like you know, people that do things like this where they're just having fun with what they do. This is dope. Where they don't
Mhm.
like they don't try to market themselves like they're not people that are out to have fun with what they're making.
Mhm.
Yeah, not taking themselves too seriously. Yeah, I'm with
That's
it.
what I like about Super 7 as well. Is like, you know, they're collector focused line, but it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
have fun.
hold up. Go back to the slash figure for a second. The unbox picture. Yeah, man, you could pop that head off, and you could just have like some like
Just some kid,
regular like gangbanger.
dude. Yeah.
Right, dude, yeah, some tattoos. Honestly, put on like it's probably a little small, but like some kind of cloth shirt or a vest, something, anything you can,
Yeah.
you know, change it up.
I don't know
Mike.
about you, Poncho, but I look at that
Uncle Mike,
slash
you
and
up?
I think of a head sculpt for Boomhauer and his game time.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
The moon boot, I can't, dude. Look at this.
So great.
Oh, I mean, we got
Very
some
cool.
Kit Bash ideas in the chat already.
Yeah,
We,
McDoog with the heat.
McDoog, honestly. He
Yeah.
says number 5 from Umbrella Academy with this
Angus Young.
Damn, dude, you
no
son
doubt.
of a gun.
Cerrone
Did it
Games
again.
Go. Cerrone Games Go. This Napoleon is a custom Franklin Richards waiting to happen.
Hell yeah.
Oh, get out of here, Cerrone.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey. As soon as you make it, then Hasbro put the shit out.
Yeah. That's true.
I mean, I love this. Look at the Gene Simmons, dude. Look at those boots, man.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
went all
get
out.
with Tech Deck, have him beat Tony Hawk's Underground. Whatever, dude. Just do it. So, as Anaheim fans, what do you think of these guys?
It's fine. Like
It'll do, right?
considering that the only other options you have are some mad old Revoltex that go for like $2, and then upcoming figures that retail at $1.50, I think it's fine.
Yeah, like you know, like well you know,
Hey,
they,
you
they
know
just
what?
announced. Was it who was it? It was it was Figma or somebody like teased Full Metal Alchemist. But at the end of the day, these are so inoffensive and they're so inexpensive. Like,
Yeah.
how can you hate these things? Like, look at
Yeah.
how much fun they're fucking having with it. Like, I can't hate this.
Honestly, there's this too. We got Kakashi, right?
Kakashi in the mix.
From Naruto.
The
Yeah.
very same.
Very
Looking pale as
sick.
hell.
Very true.
All of you folks out there with kids who don't want to let your kids play with their expensive import stuff. There
Yeah.
you go.
That's it.
Hit 'em
Yeah,
with
man.
the-
You got a little
the
weeb.
value
You got a
pack.
little weeb in the making. You give them one of these.
Yeah, I might take this hat and put it on one of my Gomez's, maybe my Lone Roach or something.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, these look like they're going to be mass retail releases at Walmart. Thank you, Cerrone Games Go.
This is so dope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna support the fuck out of this line.
This is dope. I mean, I'm into it too. I think we should. 1/15 scale. Probably easier to find vehicles for if there's a need for them.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of pictures here that are like not showing up in the photo album, but
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
doing Spike. What the fuck? What a pull! Like their license acquisition is just like they're just like throwing.
I'm here for scraps.
That's it. Yeah, just throwing axes and seeing where it lands. I guess.
Where's this?
That's
Vicious.
yeah, that's from
Vicious.
Cowboy Bebop too.
Yeah, from Cowboy Bebop. That's vicious.
Okay.
That's so,
And,
this is so dope.
This is better than the Bandai America Anime Stars line or whatever.
Yeah, man. This is you know this is just so much funner.
Mm-hmm.
And this is cheaper too. $15.99. Come on,
Mhm.
man.
I want this slash. I want all the musicians. I just want more of that in my repertoire. You know.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
want musician
man. I mean,
figures. Period.
David Walton has been preaching. David Walton has been preaching for a long time that the fact that there's not a company making super articulated like artists, whether it be a new Michael Jackson, a Tupac, a fucking Axl Rose, whatever it is, like why aren't these being made?
Get McFarlane to make Biggie so he can brag about how fucking heavy it is.
Look how big this.
This is
Look
the
how big this
biggest,
figure is.
blackest figure we've ever made.
He would say some shit
Silver.
like that.
McFarlane is canceled immediately.
Yeah, this Angus is a probably a must get for me. Honestly, I do want at least a front man if I want ACDC, but like this is dope. Wu-Tang, yeah, Fulton Mansley Project mentioned it. We need more hip hop figures for sure. Like this is the the perfect line to not just have rock icons, but rap icons. Come on now.
Yeah,
I'll take
man.
a Lady Gaga from this line if I'm honest.
Hell yeah. They could retool a lot of that
Have her in the meat dress, you know what I mean?
Where's
Anyway,
this new-
that is the Loyal Subjects best action line.
Hell yeah.
Upcoming 1/15 scale, 5-inch scale action figure line. Pretty dope. I'm into it, honestly.
Me too.
It feels like enough of its own thing that I don't feel like, oh, I'm gonna get a better version of this character, from this other company or whatever.
Yeah, man. It's just in its own lane enough to really coexist with everything else, and you don't really feel bummed if you spend $15 on a Naruto when like an $80 one exists out there.
It's inexpensive enough that you can on a whim buy something from it. So I like
Totally,
that.
yeah. I'd take like an Eddie from Iron Maiden right here. This would be sick.
Hell yeah.
Eddie the Head. Knight of Ren 789 is a man, or is a person after my own heart, saying Rob Halford from Judas Priest. I will do anything for an action figure of Rob Halford from Judas Priest. Any era, preferably when he still had like the long blonde hair.
Hell yeah.
But this is sick.
Hell yeah.
Good stuff. Thank you very much for doing this for us, Loyal Subjects. Really dig what you're doing.
Yeah, that was a fun topic for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little step away from our usual contrived. Ooh, but the articulation.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna probably make moves towards wrapping up here momentarily at the top of the hour. So we're gonna just kind of go through some final comments here and get ready to get out of here and watch the season finale of Lovecraft Country. Sorry, I was talking about me.
Real quick,
I haven't gotten into that show yet. I want to check it out. I'm hearing so much about it.
It's real good.
very nice.
It's interesting for sure. It's got a lot going on.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just move into the after show for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Which makes sense.
One more time, we're gonna blast this out over all of our social media. But again, any donations that you guys put in through this particular episode are gonna go straight to Jesse Torres's wife, who is one of our brothers here, one of our A.C.B.A. family members whose wife is battling cancer at the moment. So if you are watching this live now and you'd like to donate through the podcast, then you can, and we can shout you out right now, or you can just bypass us completely and just donate directly to the GoFundMe. The links for all of this stuff will be in the description below. And like I said, following this, we will continue to put up the information on all of our social media sites and just continue to push this forward. Every year I try to do something charitable with A.C.B.A. So I don't know that we've done anything this year, and this wasn't something that was planned. Obviously, this is something that's under not the best circumstances, but hey, we try to hold down our people in the community. So that's what's going on here. So if you find it in your heart to donate, again, you can donate directly to the GoFundMe, or you can do it through the podcast right this moment. And we're going to go ahead and move into the after show for a few minutes and wrap this up at the top of the hour here.
We should also mention that if you do donate like into the Streamlabs link, that we, even if we're wrapping up at the top of the hour, we will stay as long as it takes to read all of the comments that come through on that avenue, to make sure that if you have something important that you want to tell us and also donate to a good cause, we will give you the means to do so. But moving into some after show stuff, pickups.
Yeah, Anybody got anything cool?
I bought
what you give her?
I bought all of that. I bought all that NECA Back to the Future stuff because
Hell yeah.
I've been
seeing a couple of cool pictures with that stuff too.
I'm putting up what I was saying, man. I'm buying all of those. It's like I said earlier. We're not just shit talking Todd 100% of the time. I bought that new Cyborg. If anybody's a fan of Teen Titans, buy that Cyborg. It's a sick figure. It's really well articulated.
And it's heavy as fuck.
I mean, it's to the point where I know McFarlane himself had no hand in that figure, because the torso looks like it's going to move like garbage, but it doesn't. It moves like about as much as a standard Marvel Legend would. So yeah, I highly recommend that. I don't think I've bought any other figures besides this.
I got a couple like dios and like random other things, but as far as like figures, I haven't really had anything come. Oh, you know what? I'm lying. You can kind of see it right here. I just got the PX Mezco Magneto up here, the white one from like the Marvel Now suit, which I really dig. Just because it pops, it's so bright, it's so vibrant, and you know you got to wear gloves when you're handling it. You can barely see it out here. I'll probably put in a photo on my Instagram or something, but I have it, you know, making it look like he's holding his helmet in front of him, floating. Same complaint I have with the regular Mezco Magneto, though, is that I wish it came with like an empty helmet so that you had options to like have him holding the helmet when you have the unmasked head on. Other than that, you just have to like flip the helmet backwards so you don't see the face that's sculpted in there. But I'm sure I'm going to try, I don't know how risky I want to get, but I'm going to try to like heat up the helmet on both figures and pull out the head sculpt and put a magnet in there so I can swap between the two expressions, because it's actually two different expressions between the two figures, and see if I can like do different helmeted expressions on that.
Now we're fucking talking.
I mean, it's tough when you're customizing Mezco figures. It's like, ooh, margin of error is huge. But yeah, Old Man Hawkeye head would fit on there really well. So that's another option for like an unmasked head. But like, I want to be able to swap the expression on the existing faces. And then I also got, like I said, I got some dials, but I got this Batmobile that everybody's been like so on about on Instagram.
The
Boog,
Costco Mobile.
too. This is the Jax Pacific, I believe. No, Spin Master. This is a Spin Master Batmobile that comes with like their big 12-inch DC line. And, you know, they're like decently like whatever articulated for children's figures, but the whole idea is like you're supposed to put that 12-inch Batman in this Batmobile, which is like about 12-ish inches. So it's funny because it like sits in there like a coffin. Like the figure just like lays in there. There's nothing, no cockpit or anything sculpted in there. It's just a coffin. So you just, you know, it works good for like exterior shots. But if you want, you know, like a proper interior Batmobile, you're going to need a different option. But doing some detailing, it could work pretty nicely. That's about it. I got some dios that I don't really want to break out that are like already in my detolf. So been messing around with a couple of little resin dios just for photography. What about you, Ponch? What'd you get?
I got this model kit, Leopardon from Spider-Man. So excited about this, man. I'm probably gonna build it on stream on like my Instagram or maybe even my YouTube. Who knows?
I'll be there and not be square.
I'm super stoked on this. And then I got the Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball. Felt mad and comfortable fucking handling this thing, but whatever. But yeah, that's basically all I got. I got some Dragon Ball laser discs too. But those aren't figures.
hey, the bike, man.
Oh, the bike. Oh, yeah. I had that. I just built that lately. I've had it. Yeah, but I have the bike too. The Bulma bike. Super cool.
Bulma bike.
What a guy.
That's it for me.
Boog, any final pickups? Out of here.
I got two things. I have on the table right now that I'm going to review the two figures from Soap Studios, the Dark Knight trilogy Batman and Catwoman, which I'm really interested to see what's going on with those. I just recently took pics of the Soap Studios Dumbledore and Newt from the Fantastic Beast movie. And the Dumbledore is really nicely tailored, really nice. So, you know, Soap Studios has had some issues. You know, they are getting it together, and they have been consistently better. I will say that, and they have consistently sent me stuff, and I've always kept it real. You know, it was quite rough in some of those early figures, but they've been getting much better. So I haven't even opened them just yet. So I'm really interested in seeing what those are like. I see a cowl inside of the package for Batman, so I guess I'll be using that for this is my mask theme for October. So yeah, just to plug October real quick, this is still going on. We more than halfway through the month, and if you haven't put up one pick yet, you still got plenty of time to put up something and to possibly win something. All right, so October is still running, 31 days in the month of October, 31 themes. And yeah, I've been seeing a lot of great pictures. Trying not to feature some of the entries for October on the A.C.B.A. Instagram yet. So, if you don't see a picture of yours that you think is very good and is very good and it hasn't showed up for a feature, it's just because we're not trying to feature the entries just yet. That's really all that boils down to. But so many good freaking entries. All right. So there's that. But back to pickups. I also got the the Joe Fixit Hulk Build-A-Figure wave from Marvel Legends. Shout out to my man Pendelos Murtos. And I haven't opened that either, but I think I might review some of those, or at the very least do an overview of the whole wave. And what else? Oh, packed in with the wave, my man Pendelos Murtos sent me what do you call that? A little like treasure chest prop. And yeah, I guess I'll use that as some display. Also, shout out to Rosie Maker 1906, who sent me this little handmade dock prop that I used in a Popeye shot recently. And she sent me a couple of crates and like some little like decals and a bunch of like little things that I could use and display. So I'll be using that stuff soon too. And yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Recently that I got.
I'm curious to see your review on those Sub Studios, because I've been like floating on the buy now button on eBay on both those on those Fantastic Beast figures, literally just because like I want the suited cloth bodies, and I've seen people put like a Lex Luthor head or like an Alfred head on that Dumbledore. Looks really good. So I think that might be something I'm actually gonna buy now.
Just do it. Just do it, Fabio.
I got this guy. I fucking forgot. There he is.
Oh, is that from the game, right? The gaming grades.
From the game, the Darth Nihilus. This is a GameStop exclusive. Shout out to Poncho, the CEO.
Happy to make it happen.
It's all you, Poncho. Thank you. Blessing, man. Wow.
Awesome.
Praise be to Allah, man. Thank you.
That's it.
Shout out to Mike Tyson. Shout out to Mike Tyson for that.
That's it. Yeah, there's you may notice there's a couple of things on the docket still. I think it actually worked out in our favor. The next topic would have been old fig, new tech. We'll talk about that next week, probably at the beginning of the show. That's basically if you have like an old nostalgic figure that you really like that hasn't been updated in like modern articulation and technology, throw it in the comments below. We'd love to hear, and then we'd love to hear what you guys would like. Basically, your dream figure or something, and what kind of articulation you'd like it to have, and then we'll include some of those comments when we're talking about it at the top of the show next week as well.
Yeah, we kind of touched on it when we're talking about Marlin updating, the old figure.
Yeah.
If you could do that and have your own, let's say, Kickstarter updating a figure from your childhood, what would that look like? And all that stuff.
Exactly.
I'll go ahead and throw mine. I want Max Steel back as a 6-inch figure line.
Hell yeah.
Man.
Wow. Max Steel.
What?
Now we're really.
That is a throwback right there.
That's it. Now cooking with
That's a
propane.
throwback for sure.
That was my Barbies growing up.
So good.
No doubt. All right, so we're about to get up out of here. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for another episode. Anything else we need to talk about? A plug? We talked about October. That's it. That's going on in A.C.B.A. world, right?
Yeah, that's it. Whoa, squid figure.
Go subscribe to my channel. I'm so close to 1,000. Like, y'all just help me out. I'm gonna
Yes.
I'm gonna do a giveaway at 1,000. As soon as I hit 1,000, I'm gonna give away something dope.
All right.
Not it is yet, but it will be dope. So just go subscribe to my channel and watch my reviews and shit.
It better be a Mezco.
All right. So yeah.
It will.
If you're not already a member of the A.C.B.A. Facebook group, please come join us on Facebook. When you search Articulated Comic Book Art on Facebook, 2 options will arise. One will be the fan page, and you can hit like on that, and that'll keep you updated with everybody within the A.C.B.A. network that are putting out videos on YouTube and news and information about anything display related or toy related. And the other option that will come up is the actual Facebook group. And then if you want to delve deeper than that, we do have 3 other groups on Facebook that are within the A.C.B.A. family under the banner. There's Dial Structure, which is obviously about diorama building, and they're always doing some amazing things in there. Even if you just want to be a fly on the wall in there, it is good to be around those people. And if you are a display artist that can't really build, or you're not really into building, it's a good place for you to go and kind of look and see if it's somebody that you may want to commission for some work over there. I would say all of the top builders in the community are there converged in that one spot. And then we also have the Grind group, which is headed up by Diego and Brandon Deichler, Opposable Productions. And that is a very, very focused A.C.B.A group. Basically, it is literally just about you perfecting your craft and the very minor and major intricate details of display work, and a very high focused atmosphere, and you will get a lot of attention there. It's like a smaller class setting, if you will.
Yeah,
you know?
no small talk allowed.
Basically.
Yeah. Oh, we don't care about your new pickup, bro.
Right.
We don't care.
No small talk. Basically. So there's that, and then plastic and paint, where we just kind of kick it, and where you can have a lot of small talk.
That's
and
it.
talk about hauls and make jokes and have a good time and what have you. So yeah, man. And then follow us on Instagram, A.C.B.A, Articulated Comic Book Art, at Articulated Comic Book Art on Instagram, and you can tag us hashtag A.C.B.A, hashtag Articulated Comic Book Art on Instagram to possibly get featured there. But always posting your work in the group is probably one of the best ways to get a feature. And that's it. I'm done. You guys done?
What about you,
Good.
Fabio?
Okay.
Anything?
Yeah, here, dude. I'm trying to watch the show.
That's it.
All right.
Oh
No
my
doubt.
God.
All right. Fabio's dubbing us, and we getting up out of here. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us for this episode. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And please check those links in the description. Like I said, we're going to keep pushing forward and fighting a good fight for my man Jesse, and pumping his GoFundMe for his wife. So if you do have time this week to do that, then please do. But we're going to blast that out over our platforms moving forward. All right, y'all. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.